Are you guys ready for another Nintendo Prime stream? I don't know if you can handle it because E3 is a dream, but we're about to get started, and that's where life begins. Right here at Nintendo Prime, it's time for us all to sing. Hey, how's it going? That's right, it's time for us all to sing some happy days. Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Fridays, happy days. Saturday, I don't remember the rest of that goes from happy days. How you guys doing? Hopefully you're having a lovely day today. We got a baller stream tonight. We have so much news. It is one of the biggest news days that we have had really in 2021, besides the day of the Nintendo Direct and obviously other days that we have had major companies do presentations. We had obviously our slew of rumors today, but actual real news as well, a lot of which we're going to get into tonight, some of which might get follow-up separate videos tomorrow. So if you are watching this stream after the fact and you're one of those people that go, hey, where are the timestamps? One, this is a live stream. I'm not going to go back through a 2, 3, 4 hour stream and timestamp. It's just not realistic for me to do that. There's better uses of my time. And two, if the story is big enough, I either already made a video on it earlier in this day, or I will be making a video on it the next day. So yeah, anything major talked about tonight that needs a video will get a video. They're just, hey, I already popped out 3 videos today. Have mercy. I ain't got time to do literally everything. In fact, 3 videos only got out because I just happened to have a lot of time today and I was extremely efficient with it. So that's really great as well. All right. We have a lot to get into, but like we always do at the start of the stream, I'm going to shout out everyone in the chat after reminding you of a few things. One, our member goal that is up here. That member goal is essentially if you hit the join button. If you're on an Apple device, there is no join button. You have to go down in the description and click a link I provide. It's the first link that I provide to you guys. To click that, it'll open up my YouTube page and allow you to join. Or you can go to, youtube.com/c/Nintendo Prime YT/join. That'll also enable you to join as well. If we hit 5 members, we do a giveaway live on stream for all of you guys in the chat, not just the people who join and become a member of the board of directors. Also, for every super chat, like one we just got, we will be having a little party time. We always pause, have a small bit of party time, and hello, on not every stream, but several streams, we will have some drinky drinks. And today we're going to be having some Miller Lite, and we'll see if we get into some harder stuff. But we're gonna start it off light. Thank you so much. Let's get into our first party of the night. Thank you, Midnight Naomi, for the $5. Yeah, I see what you said here. You said, woo, YouTube notifications worked. That's surprising. YouTube only sends out a maximum of 3 notifications per YouTube channel per day. And we have 4 things today. 3 videos and this live stream. Probably means you didn't get a notification for a prior video if you got one for this stream, but that's all right. And hey, welcome, Starlit Lion, to becoming a member of the board of directors of Nintendo Prime. It's awesome. I'm so glad you could join the Champions Club, part of our board of directors. I greatly appreciate your support. And that is 1 out of 5. We are 4 away from hitting our goals. And this is cheers to Midnight Naomi. Remember, if you do happen to have some drinks with me tonight, happen to do some shots, you mix up your own stuff. 1, be of legal age, and 2, drink responsibly. Cheers. All right. Let's get my normal drink tonight. I don't have any waters right now. I need to go to the store and get some more. We ran out today. So that'll be a grocery trip tomorrow. Let me shout out everyone who's here in the chat. So if you would like to be shouted out, now is the time. I will attempt to get through everyone. I'm going to scroll back up to the beginning of the chat. Just say something in the chat. Say hi. Let me know how your day is going. All that jazz. We will have a bunch of news to get into. We'll have Q&A to get to as well, where you guys can ask all the questions you want. Obviously, if you super chat, that kind of supersedes and jumps ahead of everything because I don't ignore any of them, whether it's $1 or, I don't know, $1.99. I don't want to predict how much people want to, if they want to give anything. So let's get into this. We got Kenzen 100 Power is here, who was saying something quite nasty, so I'm not going to show that comment. We got Agent Chaos, A-Man the Great 07, Rick A is here, Josh Lightcap, a man, oh, I already said that one, Loki Ravenstone, let me see here, Party Poison 44, Logan LeBlanc, Clinton McKinney, let's see here, Brian Alvarez, Brian C is here as well, Don Dude, Chalin Deal is here, Noah Hankel, Toad Kirby, Mokel Entertainment, KK is here. Is that KK Slider or just KK? I don't know. You let me know. Evil Iggy, we got Dr. Saturn 64 is here as well. Welcome. Mercurius is here. Kevin Wallace is here. Raul Pinedo is here. Sweet Life of Dio Brando, Toad Kirby, Josh Coleman, Segwin the Pikachu fan, Seahawks 24 Rule, a bunch of regulars there in a row. Welcome, guys. We got Just One Boy here as well. Welcome. Daniel Father Ham Productions 2020. How you doing, man? Welcome. Kevin Wallace, who's excited for Nintendo Prime's E3 specifically, our E3. Oh, and by the way, speaking of our E3, tonight we are debuting. Ooh, look at that. I kept the T silent. We are debuting some brand new stuff we're giving away during E3. And I can't, I'm so excited to show you guys. You guys are going to see it first before Twitter. You're going to see it first before we do any community posts talking about it right here in this live stream. All this stuff back here, by the way, is part of the giveaway. Plus hundreds of game codes and eShop gift cards and all that jazz as well. But we have some brand new stuff and even more coming. This is package number 1 of stuff. There's a package number 2 that's related to this that's coming as well. I can't wait to show you guys off this new item. Let's just say, if you love Zelda, you're going to love this stuff. If you like certain other franchises, maybe some classic Nintendo franchises, you might be pretty excited as well. Oh, and maybe a certain, I don't know, one of the most popular games on Switch. Might be a little something in this batch for you guys as well. These are all physical items to be hyped about. All of them worth several $100s in general. Some of them a little bit less, some of them a little bit more. But they're all, oh my gosh, these are the kind of things that if you have one of these, guarantee you nobody you know will have one. They're not one-of-a-kind items, but I'm telling you, nobody you know has seen these. In fact, you've probably never seen anything like these in your life. So this is exciting stuff that we're going to get to in a moment, which we'll probably cover some news first and trickle out some of these things throughout the stream. So you got to stick around for the entire stream if you want to see the whole batch of stuff. All right, getting back to the shout-outs here. Daniel is here. We got Nahatic is here. StormX Quick is here. Matthew Lewis Odyssey TC is here. How's it going? Eric Chazaretta. I probably butchered that, but welcome. Kenzen 100 Power says Valve wins. That's cool. I mean, nothing wrong with Valve. I've got a problem with Valve and Steam and, you know, all the stuff they're doing. Obviously, I think they did a really great job with Half-Life Alyx. I thought that was really cool. And so I have no problem if you're a PC guy. I know my channel is called Nintendo Prime, but you realize I got a $1,500 gaming laptop sitting here, right? I clearly like the game on PC. Oh, this thing that I'm streaming off of, that's, you know, only a $2,000 editing rig that can pretty much run everything at 250 plus FPS in 4K. I'm just throwing that out there. I have a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox Series X, and obviously a Nintendo Switch. Multiple. There's another Switch right here that's just mostly for parts, but it technically works. So like, yeah, I'm doing okay over here, I'd say, when it comes to gaming. I definitely don't have extreme biases to one platform or the other. I just happen to prefer Nintendo games. It's the games that get me, and it's Nintendo games that do it for me the most. But I do game on everything. If I was completely 1000% satisfied as just gaming with Nintendo, I wouldn't own all these other platforms. I mean, I'd probably still own a laptop. I use this laptop primarily for school, and I got some rendering and code compiling I do that requires some higher processing limits at times for school. And then, yeah, obviously the editing rigs for editing. It's not really about gaming, but I can game on it, and I do game on it sometimes. Age of Empires 4 coming out is probably the next game I plan to really pump out on there. I'm a big Age of Empires guy, so I'm excited about that, and I get it for free with Game Pass. So Game Pass is great as well. I don't know if I talked about that. Game Pass is great. I mean, I'll give Sony credit. They're adding some baller games to their PlayStation Plus subscription, and I'm totally taking advantage of that. Shout out to Brian C, by the way. He basically sponsored my entire year, or my first year subscription to PlayStation 5, because if you guys didn't know, PlayStation 5 is the first Sony platform I've owned for like anything other than playing MLB The Show. So I'm actually diving deep into Sony's library, their old library and their new library. And shout out to Brian C. he just decided one day he wanted to sponsor my first year of PlayStation Plus that I've ever owned. So that's really cool. So shout out to you, man. As always, thank you so much for your support. See, I remember. I'm pretty good at remembering when people send me things or whatever. I'm pretty good at remembering that stuff. Although someone sent me a 35th anniversary or 30th anniversary Zelda amiibo, and I can't remember who sent that to me. It really bothers me that I don't remember, since I couldn't get my hands on that amiibo. It was really cool they sent it my way. Anyways, we got Pragmatism here, Logic Bugs is here, Watto Gaming is here. Let's see here. We got Dragon Chi 26, Eric Isaac is here, Birdman is here. Welcome, man. Going on down. Hopefully everything's sounding okay. I got the mic in a little bit different location than I did during my last stream. I'm just testing out good locations for the lav mic that makes sense and isn't causing scratching and stuff. Also, I took off the padding filter on it, the air filter. I don't feel like I need it. I think it just gets in the way and causes more scratching. I think it was actually less scratching without it. And I noticed a lot of professional outlets don't use the windscreen on it either. Of course, why would you need to if you're not outside, right? I think it's more for uses in outside situations. So kind of glad to ditch that. I seem to have fixed some issues I was having recording videos by doing so. Let's see here. Scrolling on down the list. We got Ergen is here. Nathaniel Austin is here. Let's see here. Raul Pinedo is here. Emerald Gaming is here. Jinchurky89. Damian Proder. Thank you so much for letting me know that it sounds good, man. I'm trying my best. We got Churros is here. One Sleepy Bro. R is here. The Russian Ditto is here. Joshua Johnson is here. So I think that's almost everyone. Luke Skywalker as well. Zelda Chic Warriors 94. Will who is here. Ventatus 712. I don't know. Ian McCurdy. If I missed you, I apologize. We got Anish Dalta is here as well. I'm trying my best to get to everyone. Nintendo Joe, Kevin Wallace. I try my best to get to everyone. Obviously, I don't always get to everyone. We got 150 plus people watching right now. I try to shout at everyone. I could be shouting people out all night if I waited. So, Brian C. Says, I know you appreciate everything. You know, I always try to show some support when I can. Plus, I knew that was something that would benefit your enjoyment. Absolutely. Absolutely. The only thing I regret right now is I was so busy with college, work, and kids that I forgot to download Horizon when it was free. And now I can't get it for free. I'm really disappointed because I really wanted to play that game. It doesn't mean I can't buy it. I'm just saying it's one of those, man, I could have got that for free and I missed my small window. And that's one thing that I kind of like about Game Pass is that there's not windows like that. It's just everything's there whenever you want it. Whereas, obviously, in this case, there was a small window to get it and I missed that window. It is what it is. It'll probably come back around, right? I'm sure it's going to come all back around and I'll be able to get it later, especially once we get closer to Horizon Forbidden West coming out. Guaranteed they're going to bring it back up and let people get the original Horizon Zero Dawn again. All right. And if they added it to the collection, I don't know. But I remember when it was available earlier, it was like a 10-day window you could have got it. It was like a 10-day window till, I can't remember what day it was. And then you couldn't get it after that. And when I went to get it, it wasn't there. So I don't know. I'm sure it'll come back around. I'm not too worried about it. Again, they literally have a new Horizon game coming out this year. I fully suspect they're going to push the old one here heading up to it once they get news out on the new one. All right. Let's get into some of the news. So some of it's just going to recap a little bit of what happened today. If you didn't catch any of my videos, there's basically three big videos I did today. And the summary of the videos is essentially this. For the first video we threw out today were some details on the Zelda 35th anniversary as provided by Samus Hunter. And those, obviously, rumors and all that. She told me through DMs that there's a couple extra things she knows about the 35th anniversary now. One is that there's going to be custom costumes and weapons being added to Monster Hunter Rise, along with new quests and new monsters, or new skinned monsters or whatever. So obviously a bunch of Zelda-themed stuff getting added to Monster Hunter Rise. We've had Nintendo and Zelda-themed things added to Monster Hunter games in the past. This isn't surprising, should have been expected, but it technically is new information that we didn't know. And I forget, what was the other thing she told me? I'm going to open up my DMs quick, which I have more DMs going on. Let me scroll down to Samus Hunter here, in my DMs here. Extra information about the Zelda 3rd anniversary. She said, I talked about the Monster Hunter Rise stuff. And then she says another game will be Sky, Children of the Light, is going to have Zelda-themed stuff. And we've already had that confirmed. There are people playing Sky, Children of the Light in beta right now that are able to use the Zelda items. So Sky, Children of the Light, developed by that game company, which is obviously a very well-known studio at this point. And I'm sure Sky, Children of the Light's utterly fantastic. Yeah, it's going to have Zelda-themed items in it. It's already there in beta. Yeah, it's already been confirmed by people that are actively playing it. So, done deal there. Yeah, so Zelda stuff's already ramping up. Obviously, this year, that's one of the first games that's publicly having stuff. And we will go from there. And thank you, Matthew Lewis, for the 79.79 euro pound thing. I'm not very good at these foreign currencies. I'm assuming it adds up to about $1 USD or something. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. Let me get this in quick. And so yeah, that was the first bit of news that we did today. We did a video on that. And I didn't really think we were going to get any other rumors today. I figured we'd get into some legit news. I was told behind the scenes that we were going to get that Sonic 30th anniversary announcement today, so I wanted to get to that. I thought I was going to make a video on that. But then other stuff happened that was probably a bigger deal for my channel, so I covered that instead. But we'll get into the Sonic 30th anniversary stuff today, and we will be live stream reacting to it, by the way. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Next up, Samus Hunter decided to respond to Jeff Grubb, who did the Jeff Grubb Game Mess this morning. Maybe the biggest thing to come out of the Jeff Grubb Game Mess show today was Jeff Grubb saying that Microsoft's press conference, or Microsoft's E3 show, or whatever it's going to be, is happening June 13th, which is Sunday. But in this whole Q&A section, he mentioned that, you know, he thinks that there's a more likely than not chance Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be at Nintendo's E3. And then he said, but also there's probably going to be a Zelda event happening after E3. Samus Hunter responded to this and said, hey, here's what I know. Nintendo's planning to do stuff all 4 days. Nintendo is planning, or at least has preliminary plans, to dedicate one of those 4 days to Zelda games. So Skyward Sword HD, and yes, Breath of the Wild 2. And when they show Breath of the Wild 2, if they choose to do it at E3, Nintendo is hoping to blow it out in the same way they did at E3 2016. So that would obviously mean, yeah, a big trailer, but also a nice big demo that Treehouse can play. Now, Samus Hunter has talked to me a few times since I put up that video and clarified, which I already knew, but I guess maybe I didn't make this clear in my video. Nintendo Treehouse is not going to be running like 8-hour days like they do during E3 in the past. That's not happening. It's going to be very smaller time slots, like an hour here, a half hour there. It's going to be slotted in throughout the different days. They're going to have their big presentation, but it's going to be slotted in throughout the different days of E3, because you got to remember, the ESA is putting on a show, right? They've got hosts, they've got different presentations and press conferences, and they've got all this show stuff happening in between, and Treehouse is just going to slot in with some of that show stuff. For those that, I read a lot of comments on this, by the way, that said, oh, they won't do that. Nintendo has been running Treehouse during E3 for every E3 for like 5 or 6 years. Are we just pretending that doesn't happen? I think there's some confusion over what this E3 event's going to be. I think everyone thinks it's just 4 straight days of nonstop press conferences. That's not what we're getting, guys. There will be press conferences part of E3. It's not just 4 straight days of nonstop press conferences. One, they don't even have all the companies there like they did in the past when we used to have 3 straight days of press conferences. They don't even have the number of studios there they usually do to do that. But what they are going to have are some press conferences and then some or I should say digital events more so than press conferences. And then they will have a lot of in-between stuff and live streams and live showcases of games and all that stuff. And Treehouse is going to be part of that. If you guys didn't think that was going to happen, you're silly. If you didn't think the ESA would want Nintendo to do that, you're silly. Of course, Nintendo wants to have Treehouse there to live demo games and do interviews and all that. Of course they want that to happen. So, yeah, Nintendo's going to be a huge part of this E3. Microsoft as well is likely going to have some sort of live streaming events during E3, part of the ESA stream. Like, let's just be realistic. This isn't just conferences, guys. This is all of E3 compacted into a 4-day digital event. This isn't just press conferences. Needs to be stated nice and clear, because I think there's been a lot of confusion over this. It's not really that confusing, guys. It's just, I don't know why people thought it was only going to be press conferences. There's literally not enough companies to do 4 straight days of just press conferences. I don't know why that idea got into people's heads. That's what this event is. So yeah, it's going to be showing off games, not just in that way. There's going to be interviews. They wouldn't have 3 hosts if it's just going to be press conference, because like Greg Miller's not hosting the Microsoft event, not hosting Nintendo, not hosting Square. Guys, this is a show, and we're doing a show within a show, if that makes sense. All right, let's dive into the other bit of news that we had about E3, or sort of. I guess that was like, the other news was that Samus Hunter put out on Twitter that she basically is saying these 3 games will be at E3. She didn't say that these are the tentpole games. She didn't say that these are the only games. But she knows personally that these 3 games will have a presence at E3. Breath of the Wild 2, Splatoon 3, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, she's previously talked about how Nintendo had some ideas to run a Splatoon 3 and Smash Bros. Ultimate tournament, but it would be ran with just Nintendo Treehouse employees. That's entirely possible. But yeah, she's basically putting her flag in the ground and saying, hey, this isn't all that's going to be at E3, but this is all I know. These 3 games are part of E3. Again, part of E3 doesn't mean they're even the main focus of E3, just that they'll be present in some way. I find Splatoon 3 to kind of be one of the more interesting ones. Like Smash, probably a character reveal, I would assume. Breath of the Wild 2, at least a trailer. But Splatoon 3 is one of the interesting ones since we already got it revealed and it's not coming out till next year. But hey, if it's going to be one of those early games, like what if this is a January game? What if this is a February game? What if it's going to be like a very early game, and then, or maybe Pokemon Legends Arceus is going to be like February, and then this is going to be like their March game or their April game or something, right? Like, they did Splatoon 2 really early summertime for Switch, so I kind of feel like Splatoon 3 is going to be a first half of next year game. That's why they showed it off. So maybe they want to show off more of it. Maybe this is a wild one. I don't think this is happening during E3. But you guys remember when they used to do the tests, the live test of Splatoon 2? They would let you go in and do what do they call those? I forget what they call it. But they let us download a demo and we could play it live on their servers for select days and select times. You guys remember that? I thought that was always super cool. Super, super cool. So that is something that is likely happening. And thank you, Nintendo, for the $1. Thank you so much, Nintendo. I really appreciate it. What sucks about the $1 ones is they don't let you say anything with it, but hey, it at least gets it highlighted in the chat, and that's always really cool. So you had a few people, is that travel case part of the E3 giveaway, says Natsu? Absolutely. So this travel case back here, I guess I could show it off right quick because I did put it up on Twitter, but being up on Twitter isn't the same as actually showing things off here, so let me make some space. All right, so this travel case is by Dackett. They make pretty much some of the like more premium cases for Switch, and it's huge, right? But the point of this case isn't to be one of those portable things you throw in your backpack. I mean, it's got a literal shoulder strap. This case is really for people who travel, right? You travel cross country, you travel to other countries, you're flying a lot, and you don't want to just bring your Switch, right? Like some people want to just bring their Switch, and that's fine. But other people, they want to play it on their TV at the hotel, right? They want to do other things with it. And this is really the travel case for that. Because one, And I've got my stuff in here right now to kind of show it off. It's got this nice big pouch here. You can throw in extra cables or whatever. But it's got room for a bunch of physical Switch games here. So you can get, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 20 physical Switch games up here. These pouches are tight too. You could probably put some extra Switch games in here, or any other, like, digital currency cards or whatever you might have. And then this is like really the main brux of it, is all this in here. This is really well packed, and I've actually used this exact case once on a trip to E3 when I wanted to bring my dock, because as you see, fits the Switch dock right in there. Pro controller. It technically has room for 2 Pro controllers. Right now I have some third-party Joy-Cons in here, but it's got room for 2 Pro controllers. And it has to be Nintendo Switch officially licensed Pro controllers. One downfall of this is the way this foam is cut. It doesn't fit like PowerA controllers or anything. It's specifically meant for the official Nintendo Switch Pro controllers, but these things fit in here perfectly. They just slot right in. You can fit 2 of those. The dock, this is supposed to be for the power brick. Right now I have an HDMI cable in here because the power brick is currently being set up for E3. But yeah, like the HDMI cable I usually have up in this zip pocket, and then in here where the power brick goes, you got your grip here, your Joy-Con grip, which, by the way, there is room to fit Joy-Cons on this grip in here. So you could bring with 4 official pairs of Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons, and obviously you have your slot for the Switch right here, which is very well protected. And then even if you want to bring the Joy-Con straps, they got a couple slots for here. One thing I don't like is they got nowhere to really put the cords from the straps. So they just kind of lay here. Maybe you could tuck them down the side, but yeah, this is a very intense case that we're giving away during E3, and I'm stoked that someone's going to make really good use of it. It's like a $40 case, so not the cheapest of cases, but it's not meant to be. It's one of those cases that's intended for the travelers out there, the people that would like to have zero compromises in bringing their Switch with. I mean, this is something that you legitimately could check in and throw it on the bottom of the plane and know your Switch is going to be safe. You could literally check this at the airport. I've done it. You could check this thing at the airport, and your Switch and all the accessories and everything will make it just fine. They could punt this thing. They could drop the heaviest luggage in the world on it. This thing is hard as a rock. You are well protected. So yeah, it's an amazing thing for people who travel out there. It holds 20 physical games. You could fit more. It actually has some tight pouches in there that you could fit more if you don't mind games touching each other. Some people don't care if the games rattle around and touch each other, so it does have room to fit more if you really want. And it does have a pouch where you can even bring games with cases if you want. But yeah, it's very versatile. It does not come with everything in the bag though. That's my Switch. So it doesn't come with anything in that bag. Maybe I'll toss in a little extra accessory in there. I'm deciding if I want to surprise someone with an accessory. We'll see during E3 if I want to pack something in there just to kind of be like, hey, by the way, like extra surprise for you. But we'll worry about that kind of stuff later. So yeah, that is part of it. Let me see here. Okay, so we got some questions coming in for some other stuff. RZ says, sorry I'm late, but do you think we'll see something for the Sonic Netflix show? Okay, so I just recapped all this stuff. Let's talk about Sonic for a second, okay? So we don't know exactly what's happening, but Sonic's 30th anniversary is getting its own event. It's happening at 11 a.m. Central Time. You can convert it to whatever local time you're in. That's what my time zone is. Central Time on what, Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. So I'll be live streaming that. I'll be live reacting to it, all that jazz. We'll be right here covering it and seeing what happens. I don't know, I really don't know what's going to happen. Are we going to see a trailer for the new Sonic movie? Are we going to get, obviously, new game announcements, new collection packs? We've heard rumors about some certain Sonic stuff happening, like Sonic and Knuckles coming back. So there's been a lot of stuff circulating, but we don't know, it's just like with Nintendo. Lots of rumors. We don't have anything officially confirmed, but now we know there's a big event happening for Sonic for his 30th anniversary, so got to tune into that. There's also supposedly a Dragon Quest event tomorrow that I forgot about. We'll see if I cover it. I'm not sure. Well, I'll probably mention it at some point, or at least recap it. I got to see what time it's at to see if it fits in my schedule. And also on the 27th, there's an event for Horizon Forbidden West, a state of play. I don't know if it's going to get in the way of the Sonic event. We'll cover the Sonic event first and foremost because it likely has stuff coming to Switch. But we'll see if I can squeeze in a reaction to that as well. If not, I'll at least recap it at some point. I don't know if I'm going to be live streaming Thursday night. So if you tune into my live reaction streams on Thursday, those are going to be kind of my streams for the day. Thursday night, obviously the Milwaukee Bucks have another playoff game. I'm having a couple buddies over. We're gonna, shoot the crap and watch the Bucks and play some games and all that stuff. So probably won't be streaming Thursday night. I will be back on Friday night for the final stream of the week before I head off to my sister's future husband's bachelor party. Should be a lot of fun this weekend. All right. So that's what's happening with Sonic, and then I'll get into your questions here in a moment. I just want to kind of get through all the news I wanted to cover here. So Valve has like a Switch killer, like supposedly in the works. Now, Switch killer is a bit of a misnomer. I don't know that they're actually trying to kill the Switch, nor do I think anything Valve is working on is going to kill the Switch. You guys remember Valve has attempted several, let's just call them experimental. Remember the Steam box? Like they've attempted several experimental products. Well, let me grab the exact story here, because it was written by, I'm trying to remember which outlet wrote about it here. Here, we got an article here on comicbook.com that we'll read here. So it says, Valve is reportedly working on a portable gaming PC that's similar to the Nintendo Switch. According to both a newly surfaced leak and a newly surfaced report from a reputable source, the scuttlebutt begins this morning when files from a Steam beta client update added a variety of references to a controller bindings in quick access menu, airplane mode, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth audio, a power menu, and a smattering of things that point towards a secret existence of a portable console in the works at Valve, the makers of Steam. The portable machine is believed to be called the Steam Pal under the code name Neptune. Though it's noted by the former, it also might be some type of temporary name. Whatever the case, this is probably what Gabe Newell was referring to when he said Steam was coming to consoles later this year. And then he says, fast forward a few hours from these original leaks, and Ars Technica is running a report claiming that it's heard all of this and more. In the report, the outlet claims that multiple sources familiar with the matter have relayed that the piece of hardware has been in development for some time and could release by the end of the year if the supply chain issues around the world don't get in the way. As for what the product will be, the report claims it's designed to run a large number of Steam games via Linux as an all-in-one PC with gamepad controls and a touchscreen. It's also noted that a prototype of the machine reveals a much wider device than the Nintendo Switch, which is partially because Valve wants to support a variety of control options. It is said it can also be docked via USB-C. So that's where the details kind of end on that. So it basically sounds like a bigger Nintendo Switch. Now, we've actually seen a lot of these portable PCs coming to the market. None of them have really necessarily threatened the Switch in any serious way, and I don't think what Valve is doing is going to threaten the Switch either. But it is interesting that ever since Switch came out, there's so many devices that are basically trying to do what Switch does and doesn't do it better, and it probably is going to be decently powerful and all that jazz. I also think that Valve has a massive history of just flopping with every attempt they've ever made to get into hardware, and I don't know how this is necessarily going to be any different. I don't know that Valve really understands how to properly market and create devices that people want when there's already devices on the market that do exactly what their devices do. There's already portable PCs that are like Switch on the market. They already exist. Do we really need another one? I don't know. I mean, I don't own one of these portable PC things. I would like to own one someday. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just, it's one of those, maybe Valve gets it right. Maybe it ends up being a big deal. I'm not one to knock things till I try it. I just don't know that Valve really has what it takes to really make something that's honestly going to compete with Switch. I think Valve is just trying to find a way to expand beyond PC and expand in a way where they're in control of the whole ecosystem. Maybe there's a little jealousy at what Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony have going on, and they want to be a platform holder. Right now, they're not really a platform holder, and they have failed at all attempts to become a platform holder. But, we'll have to wait and see what happens when Valve likely announces this at some point later this year. So there you go. That's kind of the big news. There's some other stuff as well that I'll maybe touch on later if need be. Otherwise, I'm going to open the floor to all your guys' questions and responding to things. Because there's just a lot of stuff going on out there right now. There's so much news. So yeah, let's get to you guys' questions. At me in the chat, at Nintendo Prime in the chat, to get my questions. We got Kyle Mackey saying, is it even possible Wind Waker and Twilight Princess to be announced this E3. I really feel like they're being cautious with Skyward, and I don't want to hesitate even more by showing them 2 better games, and thanks. Well, better is subjective. Let's start there. Better is subjective. Skyward Sword is a top 5 Zelda game for me. Better is completely subjective, and holy crap. Thank you, Brent Jones, for the $9.99. Thank you so much, Brent Jones, for the $9.99. He says, I think Nintendo should put Phil Spencer in Smash. Well, I mean, that would be great. It's not going to happen. I guess we should step up our game for that, shouldn't we? Let's go with, let's see here. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Do we, what, that's 15%? What's, let's step it up to some, nope. We'll go with some apple pucker here. We'll make ourselves a little bit sour in the face. I got these little tiny apple puckers. They're only like 15%. It's not too bad. We'll pour a little shot of this. Thank you so much, Brent Jones. I really appreciate it. The support and all that. So let's look at this. We had some questions up here. Yeah. So the Wind Waker Twilight Princess. I don't think they're going to announce it at E3. I don't think it has anything to do with them being better or drawing attention away. If that was the case, they wouldn't talk about Breath of the Wild 2 either. I think it has to do with release slate. I think they are going to have a Zelda event later this year, and they are going to release Wind Waker and Twilight Princess next spring as a January or February game. That's oops. That's my microphone moved there. That's what I personally think is going to happen. All right. Let's hear. Respect Valve's choice. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Valve doing what they're doing. Kenzen 100 power. I kind of get from what you said in earlier comments. You're a big Valve guy. You're a big PC guy. Nothing wrong with that, and I have no problem with what Valve's doing. Valve just hasn't shown that they can create successful hardware. I would love to see them become successful. I think more competition in the marketplace, Nintendo in particular, getting more competition will lead to more evolution. It will lead to more change. It will lead to better devices moving forward. Things like Joy-Con drift not existing because, hello, it becomes, kind of a pitfall and negative against your device when there's other competing devices in your space that are popular. I obviously think it's a good thing if Valve has a successful device. It's just, you can't blame me for being skeptical when Valve has yet to prove they can actually launch successful hardware that takes off. They have failed at every attempt at it. So we'll see. It's one of those, I want it to do well, but I want it to do well because it's good. And it might not be good because Valve has a history of their things not being good. Of course, I'd also rather Valve focus on making games. Valve has gotten away from the game making space. Valve used to be one of the #1 publishers of games in the world. And now they kind of release games like once every 3 years or something. It's really weird. Let's see here. Legend of Dragoon rival likely? Maybe. We'll see. Where do I get my sources? Sources for what? For what exactly? Every source in all my videos are in the description every single time. If you guys didn't know that, go to the description of my videos. I link to my sources every single time. I don't have any personal connections to Nintendo. Not anymore. One point I had a contact like many years ago. I don't anymore. Game Over Jesse claims he has one. I don't have one. I know I don't have one. What I have are things that, industry insiders and other people that have connections. And, I get my news that I report from all over the internet. It comes from everywhere. Whether it's Nintendo Life, Nintendo Everything, people on Twitter, Reddit, etc., etc., etc. Stuff comes from everywhere. I try to stay away from the 4chan stuff because it's all anonymous and there's no way to check anything. But let's see here. Emerald Gaming says, I'm back. Had to pick up my food. Are we into questions yet? Yes, we are. Nexer says, I've asked you this before, but how do you feel about Pokemon Stadium? And if they did do it, do you think it would shut down? Showdown. And do you think VGC would go to it? What the heck is VGC? Well, what the heck is Showdown? Makes me think of SmackDown. WWE SmackDown. I don't even know. Hey, Yulia, how's it going? Shout out to my fiance. Oh, baby. I'll stop. I know it's going to chase you away. By the way, cheers to that $10 super chat earlier. I appreciate it. All right. Shout out to Yulia in the chat room. That is my lovely fiance. She is stopping in while she's at work. All right. Today was the last day of high school. Wow. The graduation ceremony will be on Saturday. I'm both excited and nervous, and I hope that more E3 news drops this week to make it more epic. That would be nice. I feel like, so Jeff Grubb said he expects a bunch of people to announce their E3 plans this week, including Nintendo. So I think there's a high chance that by the end of this week, we maybe even know the entire slate of E3 press conference stuff. I feel like by the end of this week, we'll know. So yeah, lots of announcements coming this week. Omar GT says, "Hi, I just came in. What did I miss?" Well, you missed me recapping all the news. We're now into the Q&A section of the stream, which makes up a vast majority of the stream. Emerald Gaming, from the Sonic Direct, I want colors remastered. Whoops, my chat just jumped here. I want colors remastered, Mania 2, Sonic All-Stars, Adventure 1, 2, and Unleashed, and a trailer for the second Sonic movie. From what you know, is any of this is plausible? I don't have any sources on anything other than there's been a rumor floating out there about Sonic and Knuckles. And then some sort of collection. That's the only thing we've really heard. And we obviously know the Sonic 2 movie, it has wrapped filming and all that. I think it might even wrap production. So I expect probably a trailer for that. Maybe even as like either to kick off the event or to end the event. I think they're going to make a big deal out of that. Favorite Donkey Kong game? It's tough. Like all of the Country Return games are like top tier for me. I'm impartial to say Tropical Freeze because that's the last one I played. But I mean, then you have the OG Donkey Kong, where you're climbing up stuff back in the arcade days. Donkey Kong Jungle Beat was really, really good. Donkey Kong 64, I think, was a missed opportunity. It was a nice attempt. I would have liked to see them try one more time. So yeah, I'll probably just default to Tropical Freeze for now because it's the most recent in my mind. But if I go back and replay all the Donkey Kong games, I might, default to something else. I really like Donkey Kong, and I think Yulia actually likes Donkey Kong games as well, if I remember right. Yulia said, I was looking at Facebook, and I happened to look under gaming and saw some chick with her tits hanging out. Is that a thing now? If so, where do I sign up? It absolutely is a thing, honey. You want to become a streamer? I'll set you up on Twitch right now. We need to get you a hot tub, or you can do it straight from your bathtub. It is called hot tub streaming. People basically dress in bikinis and put at certain angles, and you look at their titties as they talk about whatever the hell they want to talk about. And people donate for you to do things like, ooh, let me shake it. Like, I don't know. It's weird, and that's the way the internet is. And so technically, that is a thing that exists. Yeah. If you want to do it, honey, I won't stop you. I don't know that I approve of it. I would prefer if you're going to shake your titties for anyone, it's me. But I mean, if you're making money, you're making money. Who am I going to... Yeah, I'm not going to care if you're going to take advantage of all the simps out there. It is what it is. There's a lot of simps. There's a lot of simps. Let's see here. The Young Cavs is here. Welcome to a live stream, man. I know I caught your entire live stream the one other day, and then a bit of the Xbox one you did today. And he says, I think Skyward Sword didn't force people to use the motion controls. It would be widely considered a top 5 Zelda game. It is a top 5 Zelda game for me, and the motion controls are part of that reason for me. But obviously, motion controls are not for everyone. It creates an accessibility problem as well. So, I think it's great, but not everyone's going to. Hail Hydra, Clayton. Hi, I just came. What did I miss? I already mentioned it before. Do you know about Puyo Puyo? Is it owned by Sega? I don't know who owns it. But they do make the Puyo Puyo Tetris games, so maybe Sega does own it. I'm not sure. Half-Life 3 at E3. Haven't we been saying that for like 20 years? Half-Life 3 at E3. I'm happy we got Half-Life Alyx and that it was actually good, but that's not Half-Life 3. Let's see here. Man, there's so many questions. I don't know how I'm going to get through everything. You have nicer tits. Well, I agree, honey. You got nice boobs. I don't know why we're talking about my fiance's tits on stream, but she brought it up. Did Nintendo more reveal the last 2 DLC Smash Fighters E3? I'll reveal 2 fighters back in 2019, so maybe. I feel like if this is the actual final Fighter Pass and they're not going to ever add any more characters to Ultimate, they're going to milk it for as long as they can. So I see them just revealing one and then waiting and waiting and waiting. Heck, maybe not even releasing the second one this year, waiting till early 2022. So it's one of those, it kind of depends on how long Nintendo wants to milk Smash Bros. For. Because the moment you announce the character, all that's really left is like show the character in action and then release it. The announcement's one of the most exciting things that they could still hold back. So I think we're just going to get one announced. What's up, Nate? Wow, 211 viewers. So happy for you, man. Thanks, Sab Vasquez. Haven't been to a stream in a while, have you? This actually isn't that abnormal anymore. Our podcast, by the way, our podcast averaged 250 to 300 viewers every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Time. Every single Wednesday. So tomorrow night, we have a live podcast going on. We're going to have Eric over here in the second seat. Obviously, you're going to get a nice look at our E3 set. And on top of that, you're going to get a chance to talk to a special guest. We have Rule 2 Review coming on. He's going to be on this TV back here. He's going to be chit-chatting with all you guys as we do a live podcast. We got killer topics this week. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Next week is kind of a weird one because Eric potentially won't be here, but I have a former person coming back in 5J Gaming to kind of fill in for him. And then I'm working on another special guest to also appear next week. And the funny thing is, you're still going to see the full E3 set, even if Eric isn't here and 5J is not here, but somehow it's going to look like 5J is here, but he's not here. It's going to be a really cool setup. I've had a plan for this the whole time if Eric ever missed, if Eric ever vanished for a podcast, how can I make it work? I figured it out. It's a bit complex, but I figured it out, and I'm pretty excited to show it to you guys. But we'll see. Eric also said he might make it, so it might not be a problem. And then the following week, the week leading up to E3 weekend, our podcast is going to happen on Tuesday instead of Wednesday, and our special guest that day is Camelot 331. We had to push it back to Tuesday because of his availability. He's basically not available on Wednesdays. On Thursday, we might not be available to do a podcast because there is the Summer's Game Fest going on that we'll be live reacting to. So I gotta kind of configure things in a way that work for that week. Right now, there's nothing planned for happening on Tuesday, so June 8th. So we're going to be having Camelot 331 come on then for our final podcast leading up to E3. Although it's possible Friday night that week, we might do a preview to the preview show of E3. No giveaways happening on that show, but it will be a preview event. Eric will be here. We'll have a nice little chit chat before we call it early for the night. We will not be staying up late that night because gosh knows we'll probably have to be up at 6 a.m. the next day to get our E3 live stream going. Let's see here. Is that member goal different? I like it. Yeah, I updated the style on it a bit. I think this one is cleaner and easier to read. So I did that. Yep, I changed that today. Let's see here. I got my first COVID shot today. Nice. I got my second. I'm all good. My fiance's had her second for a while. So yeah, we're all vaccinated. And I'm sure, you know, if they ever open it up to our kids, we'll try to get them in. Maybe. They really hate shots. So, and if they have to get 2 of them, it's going to be a pain. But, you know, we'll see what happens. I don't know, all kids hate shots. I don't know. I didn't like it when I was a kid. Do you think a third fighter pass will be announced? Nope. All I want is Mania 2. F everything else. Yeah, all right. Young Cat says, I still have my fingers crossed for the highly unlikely Diddy Kong Racing 2. You know what? I'm crossing my fingers as well. I want another Diddy Kong Racing, just like I want another F-Zero. I think it's time to show off a new item for our giveaway from E3. So one second here. Do we have any Breath of the Wild fans in the house? I don't know. I mean, can somebody raise their hand? Are you guys fans of Breath of the Wild? I'm not sure if you are. I mean, it's kind of a big deal for me. I don't know if it's a big deal for you guys. But I've kind of, you know, grown fond of the game. It might be my favorite game of all time. You know, there's a lot of things we could be talking about when it comes to Breath of the Wild. But tell me we have some Breath of the Wild fans in the house, right? Right? All right, so I got a unique item to show off for you guys that we're giving away during E3. This is not one of a kind, but you'll never know anyone who has it. All right, you guys ready for this? You guys ready? Here we go. Now, it might not show up perfectly well in this light. In case you don't know, this is all lit up. So this, all these lines, this is all lit up. In fact, what's it look like if I turn it off on camera? Can you guys even tell it's off? Let's see. Oops. That's right, you gotta unplug it to turn it off. And unplug. On. Can you tell a difference? I guess you can kind of sort of tell a difference. It's hard with the studio light. Maybe if I turn the studio light off, you could tell. The eye is all lit up. This is a one-of-a-kind handcrafted item. It's got screw holes back here. It is by Glass Cannon Company, and it's meant to be hung on your wall as like a showpiece on your wall. And it comes with the power cable and the power button and all that jazz. But yeah, it's got orange light and yellow and blue. The Sheikah eyes all lit up. This is badass. It's bad. It looks way better in person than on camera. Again, studio light kind of blows it out a bit, so you can't see the lighting as well. You know, maybe you guys want me to shut off the lights quick? You guys want to see me shut off the lights? Get a good look at this? I could do that. I can play some Zelda music and turn off the lights quick. You want to see it? You want to see a good look at it in the dark? It might look cool. I don't know. Let me know in the chat if you guys want to see it in the dark or not. Because I can go shut off the lights quick and let you guys see it. It's a bit of a pain because I got to take off my microphone, but that's all right. Yeah, people want to see it? All right. Let me play some Zelda music for you, and I'll go turn off the lights quick so you can get a great look at this. Yeah, doesn't that look great? Now, one thing I will say, this blue on the eye is way more blue in person. That's just the camera lens can't quite pick up the blue light on this, but the blue light on this eye, it's way more blue in person. So, yeah, doesn't that look sick? That thing was amazing. That was Xenoblade music, I actually think I just realized. I forgot I reprogrammed that button. It's not Zelda music anymore. Anyways, that's pretty badass. Like, extremely badass. I'm pretty pumped about that. So yeah, that's one of the new items for our giveaway, and I believe this is $130 or something like that. And by the way, this is 100% handcrafted. This Cannon Glass Company makes these by hand. He has a workshop. It does amazing work. So yeah, really badass. One of our new items for our giveaway. Pretty awesome, right? So let's maybe set this back here on the set. All right. So yeah, that is a badass item to be given away. I'm super stoked. We got more great stuff to show you guys too here in a little bit as the stream goes on. All right. Shut up and take my rupees. All right, get your questions in again. I'm sorry if you asked them before and I didn't get to them. Obviously, we were taking a break there to show off some stuff. Says, I'm a big fan of Zelda, but it is not the best franchise in the world, nor has one of the best games of all time. And that's fine. Here's the thing. I don't care if you agree with my personal opinion that Breath of the Wild is the best game of all time. I don't care if you disagree with me on what my favorite franchise is, because, well, I mean, you can disagree, but I'm the only one who knows what my favorite franchise is. Zelda's my favorite franchise. It's been my favorite franchise forever. You can have your own preferences. You can have your own games you think are the best games of all time. I don't really care. For me, Breath of the Wild's it. It's the best game ever made. You don't have to agree. It's not cardboard. Omar GTA. Do you seriously think this is cardboard? This is wood. This is wood. Wood. It's all woodwork with custom. Oh. Anyways, hope you were just joking. Hope you were just joking. That is not cardboard. Jeez. Hope that was a joke. Anyways, Glass Half Fuel, there you go. Shout out to Glass Half Fuel in the chat. He is the person that made this awesome item for the giveaway. Shout out to him. Go check him out. If you, Glass Half Fuel, if you want to email me quick a link to your Etsy shop, I will put a link in the chat for people to go check out other items you might have. We're going to be showing off some more here as we go throughout the live stream. Let me see here. Do I have any of the COVID vaccine to give away? No, I do not. I'm not a medical professional. Nintendo Eric says, I asked earlier and was curious, any specific genres of games that you'd like to see a new IP from? Any specific third-party companies that you'd like to see new IPs from? So from Nintendo, I always want a new action-adventure game. I don't know why we just have Zelda and nothing else. I want a new one. We have tons of platformers, even getting a new, like, it was a 3D Donkey game. Okay, we have other 3D platformers. I want to see an action-adventure game from Nintendo. Third-party-wise, I don't know. I feel like third parties already make such a wide gamut of games. I don't really have anything specifically to demand from them for new IPs. Like I thought Immortals Phoenix Rising was really good from Ubisoft. Clearly Breath of the Wild inspired, but they're inspired, but they did their own take. So I don't really have anything specifically I'm looking for from third parties. I feel like they already provide a really great variety of games. So I'm pretty much happy with most things that they make as long as the games are good. Zelda 2 is my second favorite Zelda game of all time, by the way. I don't know if you're trying to like tell a joke over there, Jeff Wookie, but even if it was, the wood is still overpriced. You know what, Omar GT? Here's what I'm going to say. Omar GT. Do you understand? Do you have the skills to make this? Do you know how to handcraft? It's free. What are you bitching about? If you're going to keep bitching about the shit I'm giving away during E3, you can just like go that way and get out of here, all right, man? I'm just saying, it's free. What do you care? Don't worry about it. And you don't got to buy it. Ain't got nothing to do with you. You can just leave. Exit stage right, please. God, who complains about free shit? Jesus. All right. Let's see here. What's your favorite 3DS game? I didn't really play a lot of 3DS games, so like Zelda, A Link Between Worlds, basically, is my favorite one. But I pretty much only played 3DS for it. Yes, it's handcrafted, dumbass. I said that at the very beginning. It's a handcrafted item. God. I feel like what's his name from what is it, Red from That 70s Show? Dumbass. I said it was handcrafted. It's not an item that's mass produced at a factory. It's made by hand. Anyways. Here's the funny thing though. I think this is a compliment. This is a compliment to the Glass Cannon Company because this looks so good that you think it's mass produced. You think that this bad boy is a mass produced item. I think that's almost a compliment to them that you think it looks so good to be like some official merchandise or something. It's not. It's handcrafted. But anyways. Cursing at fans is not good, man. Bitching about items I'm giving away during E3 is also not good. You know what that shows? A lack of appreciation. We all can be a little kinder, can't we? What's your least favorite mainline Zelda game? Phantom Hourglass. Just say you're really hitting your stride with the channel. Keep it up. Thanks, man. I'm trying. So Pokemon VGC is the game championships, video game championships for Pokemon to determine who is the world champ. And the Pokemon Showdown is a battle simulator website that tests teams out and ideas before you make it. I don't think Pokemon Stadium can replace that. Pokemon Stadium it has never been that kind of game. It's meant for you to play at home with friends. Maybe you could replace the Showdown simulator, but I don't like that direction. I don't want Pokemon Stadium or a new Pokemon Stadium to become like a... I don't want it to be tainted by hardcore Pokemon fans. Let's put it that way. I'm sorry, hardcore Pokemon fans. You ruined Pokemon for me. Pokemon has become too complicated because they keep satiating to hardcore Pokemon fans. I know, you can ignore the complications. You can, but it used to be like in the day, it was so simple, right? You didn't have to worry about all the EVs and IVs and the shinies and all this bullshit. You didn't have to worry about any of that to make a team that could compete with anybody else. But then Pokemon got really hardcore. People cared too much about the competitive side. And now, everyone tries to like make Pokemon always super competitive. I'm okay. Like, this is why I like Pokemon Snap so much. You can get competitive with me, want to get the best shot, get your 5 stars, get your different rankings. But, like, in the end of the day, it's not really a competitive game. And I'm cool with that. That's why I like new Pokemon Snap so much. And I like with Stadium, yeah, obviously it's about competition, but also, like, I don't need hardcore Pokemon fans being satiated to. Personally, I don't care about you guys. I'm sorry. Get mad at me. I don't really care. The hardcore Pokemon fan base that is super into competitive Pokemon just has no interest to me. I feel like you guys are the reason Pokemon sucks today. I'm not blaming anyone specifically, but I feel like it's been the overall reaction and the overall takes by some of that fan base has led to some bad decisions by Game Freak. Personal opinion. I can't prove this, by the way. Just a personal opinion. But thank you for explaining that, Nectar. I really appreciate it, since I had no idea what VGC was. I thought I'm like Video Game Chronicles, the website. That wow, okay. The next time you think we'll see a remade like Trials of Mana, I have no idea. Eventually. Miles Hoffman says, I'm leaving. You should never curse to the people watching your content. Say what you want. The user was being disrespectful to a item we were giving away during E3. He was being ungrateful, and he was insulting the item. I'm sorry, at the end of the day, I take that personally. I take that personally because this is a big event I'm putting on. To organize this has been extremely time-consuming. To organize all these different vendors and all these different companies working with us to assemble all the funding for everything. It's been a lot of work, and it's very stressful for me. So when a person comes out during a live stream and starts insulting an item we're giving away for literally nothing, I'm sorry, I take that personally. I'm going to always take that personally, because you don't have to get it. If you don't like it, if you think it's not worth whatever value it might have, that's fine. It's not worth it. Just shut up about it and don't enter that giveaway. It's a free item. I've never seen people bitch about a chance to get something for free. Like, if you're not interested in the item, then don't be interested in it. I don't need you personally insulting the things we're giving away, because not only does it hurt me, someone who's working hard to organize this really killer giveaway for you guys, it also hurts the companies we're working with, because you're insulting them as well. And then that just makes us look bad to have our fan base come out and start insulting them. So yeah, I'm going to tell people to stop being a dumbass when it's a free giveaway. I didn't call the guy stupid. I didn't call the guy bad names. I didn't actually curse at him. I didn't tell him to F off. I said you could leave the stream because you're being a dumbass by complaining about a free giveaway. I'm going to stand by that stance. I'm not going to shy away from my true feelings on this for the sake of positive PR, okay? If you don't like one of the items I'm giving away, just don't enter for it. You don't have to insult it, okay? Will I be streaming the Sonic Central, the 30th anniversary event? Yes. Glad to see we got to get some positive vibes going now. I got to get out of this whole rut where people insulting the giveaways. Glad to see Skyward Sword get more love. What's your favorite dungeon from it? Was it the whatever the temple is that's at the bottom? I want to give it. Here's the thing. I don't want to spoil the game. Okay, there's like millions of people that are going to play Skyward Sword for the first time, but it's the dungeon that's below Skyloft. I'll leave it at that. It concerns me that all the thumbstick gameplay has only been with the Switch Lite. Maybe it's because that is the only way those controls will work. Just a thought. No, they already confirmed it works with the Pro Controller. No, it's not the only way it works. They're showing it with the Lite because the Lite is the only system that absolutely 100% requires that you use those controls. That's why. So they always show it with the Lite because, one, they're trying to sell the Switch Lite, and two, the Switch Lite, you don't really have an option to use any other controller. I mean, there is, but people don't really play it in tabletop mode to do that, right? So that's why they're showing it with the Switch Lite. It's got nothing to do with, oh, it's not usable on the base Switch and handheld. Oh, it's not usable with the Pro. They already said it day one when they announced it, you can use a Pro Controller. So no, it's about the fact that the Switch Lite is the one Switch that you have to use it. They would prefer you play it with motion controls if you can. On Switch Lite, it's not really an option or a viable option, a realistic option. Let's see here. It has been fun, but I gotta be up in 5 hours. Damn, you gotta pick your sister up at the airport at 3 a.m. Oh, dude, Though isn't that's always rough when you're picking up family from airports. Professor Hope Reach. Let's see here. I appreciate your giveaway. Thanks, guys. How do I sign up for the giveaway? Okay, all of our giveaways happen live during E3. There's nothing to sign up for now. You need to be present there. You need to be present to enter and present to win. So all the stuff we're giving away, none of it's happening until E3 itself. We're just teasing and showing off some of those items. Speaking of teasing and showing off those items, why not show off another one? You know what? What better to get positive vibes going than show off yet another unique item? This is another Zelda item. This one is smaller, but still equally as cool. Ugh. All right. Let's see how well this one shows up on camera. Look at this bad boy. Again, doesn't show up very well. I'm going to turn off the lights again so you can see this. This time I will play some Zelda music. And then we'll talk a little bit about this because there's some additional stuff going on with this that looks really cool. So this is a smaller wall hang. As you see, it's like about the size of my hand. But this one's really cool. So let me play some music for you guys and show it off. All right, so as you can see, this is a triforce wall lamp. Obviously, you could set it on your desk or something like this as well. It's got obviously the, what is it? The three from Ocarina of Time. I'm drawing a blank on it right now, but the three different things with different colored LEDs and all that, with the Zelda family crest in the middle. And then along the side, you will see some Hylian written, some very fine crafted. I can't remember what it says. I forgot to ask. I used to know a little bit of Hylian, but it's got some Hylian language written here with some Triforce, and yeah, it's got kind of the solid back here, and then yeah, obviously it's another light up one that you can turn on and off. So really, really cool. It's a one of a kind item again. I'm super stoked about this one because this is one of the coolest items I think I saw on Canning Glass Company's shop, or Glass Canning Company's shop. So yeah, it's that's a really cool one that we're giving away during E3. So hopefully you guys love that. Nice. Also, what is this arrangement of Twilight Princess Hyrule Field? That is the what is it? Zelda reorchestrated arrangement of it. So you can look that up if you type in ZEREO and then whatever track you're looking for from Twilight Princess, you can find it. Yes, that's Twilight Symphony. Yep. Yo, I love the channel, brother. Keep up the work. All the giveaways are all awesome. Anybody that wins any of these is damn lucky. The symbols are Forward, Naru, and Din. Yeah, see, I'm remembering Forward. I'm like, God, what are the other ones? It's been so long since I played Ocarina of Time. But yeah, thank you. Naru and Din. Thank you so much. The spiritual stones. Yep. The MacGuffins you use to open the Temple of Time. I'm impressed with the giveaways. I can imagine how much of a headache trying to organize all this is. Do you have a link to their shop? Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me of that, because I did ask him to go email it to me quick. The problem with finding his shop is sometimes I have a hard time when I do a direct search for it. But I'll see if I can find it quick. I did find it before. Glass Make sure I spell it correctly. Maybe that's the problem. All right. Oh man, see, I'm having a hard time bringing it up. If one of our mods could maybe find it, Glass Cannon Company over on Etsy, that'd be great. I don't have a link to it at the moment. If you guys go look at some of his stuff, he's got some other things, some NES, some like Nintendo controller lamp. Oh, dude, it's pretty cool. And there's more coming from him, by the way. He has a second box coming, I think next week or something like that. Parker Williams, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate that. Yeah, I tried Googling for it and couldn't find it. Yeah, I don't always find it. I have found it, obviously found it at one point. But yeah, maybe did he DM? Maybe he DM me. No, he didn't DM me. Okay. So yeah, I'll try to find a link to it. I definitely will have a link and information about the company itself during E3 for you guys. Thank you, Professor Hobo and Jason Labonte for subscribing. I appreciate it. Greatness, please stop spamming the chat. Please stop spamming the chat. We don't allow people to do self-advertising in our chat because otherwise the whole chat would just become people advertising their own stuff. Or even advertising other people's stuff. Love the Zelda E3 news today. I'm hyped to the max. There it is. Brian C. We're gonna pin that quick. That is the link to Glass Cannon's Etsy shop. And then if you go there, you'll see the Triforce lamp there. It's a $75 Triforce lamp. Really, really cool. They got a heart piece. They got a $200 Nintendo Mario Bro block thing that just looks absolutely sick. You'll see a whole bunch of stuff there. NES controllers. You'll see some song things. Some little, these ones aren't light up things. They're just kind of like desk decorations where you can get different songs from The Legend of Zelda, especially Ocarina of Time. Yeah. It's a really cool shop. And as you'll notice, like this item back here isn't even on the shop. So this is like literally a Nintendo Prime exclusive item at the moment. He'll probably eventually offer it on the shop, but this is an MP exclusive giveaway. Cannot get this anywhere in the world, not even on his shop at the moment. That's how bad arse that item is. So, yeah, pretty stoked about that. Thank you for taking care of that, Brian. I see that he wasn't listening. You had a resub because YouTube is being difficult. Yeah, dude. YouTube does that. I've been unsubscribed from quite a few channels lately. It's been pretty frustrating when I go through. Love that Hylian Shield laser cut. Yeah, dude, the Hylian Shield's pretty cool. Turn the brightness down on the lamp. On what lamp? On what lamp? Do you mean on these ones? So, okay, so one thing. Are you talking about like on these? So like I couldn't figure out how the brightness works. I assumed one of these I figured out the brightness controls. This one, so when I had this one plugged in, I couldn't get the brightness because it'll look better on camera, right? That's what it means. If I turn down the brightness on this, it'll look better on camera. Because on the basically if you tap this button, it controls the brightness. But yeah, I'll remember that for the next one I show off, man. All right. I'll turn down the brightness so people can get a full look at it. A bit better on camera, especially during E3. We'll have to, I'll have Eric kind of walk off camera, turn off the lights, and I'll control the brightness and make it look good for E3. Because that's really what it's for, is for E3. It arrived today, and I like to tease people. We have... Thank you, Retro Man, for the $5. What's up, Retro Man? He says, did you know that Jeff Grubb said that Nintendo's E3 plans will be announced this Thursday? Did he say this Thursday for sure? Earlier today, he said he didn't know if Nintendo was announcing this week, but he thought they would. Did he put out a tweet or something? I watched his entire Jeff Grubb Game Mess show, and he did not say a specific day. He didn't even say that he knows. He didn't even say that for sure Nintendo was doing it this week. He just said that he assumed Nintendo was doing it this week. I'm going through his Twitter quick to see if he said anything. No. I think he did say something about expecting it on Thursday. Like, it makes sense for them to do it on Thursday, but I watched his show. He never said definitively Nintendo was even announcing this week. It was all, hey, you know, might announce this week. But Retro Man, you can send it to me on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, you can send it to me. It won't let you do it on YouTube. That's not even me. Like, YouTube just won't show it. You gotta do it on Twitter. Unless you're a mod, of course. For mods, it works. But thank you so much for that. I have no problem. You want to link it to me directly? I'll gladly be corrected on that. I didn't see it on Jeff Grubb's Game Mess, but it might not have happened on there. Cheers. But I'll gladly go check it out. Can I talk about the layout for E3? What would you like to know about the E3 layout? What exactly would you like to know about our E3 layouts? I mean, you guys kind of see the set in general, the general set when we do our podcast. But there's different E3 layouts. I've shown off one of them before, but there's another two. Essentially, here's how the basic rundown of E3 layouts. All right. So we have our base layout that's going to be the main set, the main shot, with an E3 border that says Nintendo Prime Extravaganza at the bottom. We've already Nintendo Prime E3 Extravaganza or whatever, right? So that's like our main layout when we're just doing our pre-show. We don't have stuff going on besides what's going on the TV. Then we have our obviously live reacting to things. So there'll be a camera on me, there'll be a camera on Eric. We'll have our own little boxes on the left, and then there'll be like the main presentation on the right. And then some additional information on the bottom. So like there's that happening during our show as well. Then we have to consider some additional stuff. What happens when we want to do a game stream? Like we want to play against you guys in competitions, or Eric and I play against each other, but we also don't want to shut down the actual E3 stream. It might just be a part of E3 that's kind of a down. Like maybe it's a developer interview that's really not that interesting or something like that. Maybe it's an indie game that looks cool, but we're going to keep it on screen. So what we'll do is it'll be Eric and I on the left and right like before. Then we'll have the main E3 thing here, and then we'll have right below that we'll have the game thing where we're playing against you guys or against each other. Those are kind of the layouts I have right now. There's a few others that I'm contemplating getting made, but you know those are just some base layouts I already have and are ready to go. Do I have an opinion on the Sky Coddle merch? I've never heard of them, so I don't have an opinion. I agree the competitive side of Pokemon community is making Pokemon worse. However, you mentioned shiny hunting as if it's part of the competitive community. I have no idea. That's the thing. To me, Pokemon's become so complicated that I just automatically assume shinies are better versions. But I don't really know. I'm not into Pokemon anymore, if you can't tell. I talked about Zelda stuff at the beginning of the stream. When Nintendo is going up, I'm kind of presuming they're going to do it on the 12th now, but we don't know yet. Let's be real. Besides Nintendo, the only one who knows is Samus Hunter. Yeah, who knows? You have to go later, Rick Smith. Catch you later, man. Oh, Sky Children of the Light. Okay. So what about Sky Children of the Light? I have not seen the merch. No, I have not seen it. Would you sacrifice one of your mods to a world with only the Virtual Boy to play for a chance to play Breath of the Wild too early? I don't know. Would that be up to them? I mean, would I sacrifice a mod? What does that mean? Like, would I kill a mod? No, I'm not going to kill anyone to play Breath of the Wild too early. If you mean, will I demod someone to do it? Sure, absolutely. And bam! Thank you, James Gordon, for the $4.99. Thank you so much, James Gordon. And he says, I've never won anything from your giveaways, but huge thanks for the opportunities. I really appreciate them. Okay. Really butchered that. Thank you so much, James Gordon. I do appreciate the $5. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I know there was a wee bit of a smidget of drama earlier with a particular user. Again, I don't like to, speak out against my community ever. But I will say, anyone, and I'll probably talk to the mods a little bit because I think I want to have a meeting with all the mods that I have on the channel before E3 to kind of talk about how we're going to be handling E3 moderation, because we're going to be a bit more strict during E3. Yeah, we already have a don't attack others policy, but there's also going to be like, if people are like bitching about an item we're giving away, like that user was doing earlier, like if they're legitimately bitching about it, like it's a piece of shit and garbage, and the company is garbage, and I'm sorry, we don't want those people in our community, do we? The people who are unappreciative, the people who don't understand what we're doing, the people that are just, bitching because it's not the giveaway they want it to be, right? Like, oh, I'm giving away this, but I'm not giving away the Switch Lite at the moment. What the hell's wrong with, like, no, I don't want that kind of unappreciativeness and that kind of meanness in this community. So yeah, I don't feel bad about calling that guy a dumbass earlier, because it just is what it is. I hate this kind of drama, right? It's one of the stupidest things that can come up ever, is people just acting like things aren't. Here's the thing. Value is in the eye of the beholder, right? People bitch about the value of Skyward Sword HD. That's fine. But everyone who buys it at $60 clearly feels that despite it being $60, it was worth them spending the money to play it. So that's just, I don't care if you don't think items are worth the price that they're priced at. What I care, personally, is that you guys get a chance to win free stuff. Cheers. We're gonna have a bit tighter rules during E3 to crack down on some of that stuff better. The E3 giveaways, I've talked about how they're gonna be entered before. All you need to know for right now, you gotta be at our show to win. You gotta be there. You gotta be there to enter. You gotta be there to win. That's it. Everything happens during E3. There's no way to enter before E3. And I don't currently have any plans of having a giveaway begin before E3 that I announce when I start E3. Everything is planned to happen during E3. Doesn't mean we won't kick it off with a giveaway. I'm saying that everything happens during E3, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, we don't want that super sad. That's what I'm saying. I know someone got mad at me for like cursing at him because I called him a dumbass, but it's, who bitches about free stuff? I don't know. As I explained, this whole thing's really stressful. So maybe under normal stressful circumstances, I wouldn't have used the word dumbass. Maybe I would have thought better about it and thought about better about my image as a content creator. But it's just one of those, dude. This whole E3 thing, like, I'm gonna be relieved when it's over. I'm excited, but I'm also gonna be relieved because this is one of the most stressful things I've ever done at this channel. I've never worked with this amount of companies. We have a company partnering with us to provide chairs. So Eric and I don't have to get uncomfortable because these current chairs we're using right now, literally after sitting in them for like an hour and a half, the butt really starts hurting, and we're going to be in these chairs for like 12 hours a day during E3. So we wanted more comfortable chairs. It just didn't fit in the budget we had, and a company reached out to us. We didn't even reach out to them. They reached out to us and are sending us a couple chairs in exchange for us just mentioning their company during E3. And I think that's like a really cool thing, because those chairs are going to make it so Eric and I's backs and butts aren't killing us for all the time that we're going to be sitting on them during those 4 days. So, like, I'm so appreciative of all these companies reaching out and helping and providing products, and even if it's just products just for us to use to make ourselves put on a better show, it's such a big deal to me. I've never, like, guys, I know that you guys, there's some people out there that think this is a semi-professional channel. That my sets look really good, my live streams look really good. They really enjoy the podcast presentations and all that, and I love that you guys love this content. But here's the reality: I've been flying by the seat of my pants at this channel for a long time, and I've never done anything like what we're doing at E3. I literally 3 weeks ago had no idea what the hell I was doing. As things are taking shape, it's starting to come into fruition that I think I know what I'm doing. I think I know how it's all going to work. I feel like I'm in a position to make everything work for E3. The bottom line is, I'm still kind of don't know what I'm doing. I'm just being honest. I'm so afraid I'm going to bomb during that show. But, I think things are going well so far. So I'm going to try to keep my confidence high and think I know what I'm doing. So I think if I keep pretending I know what I'm doing, maybe I actually do know what I'm doing, right? Fake it to make it. Fake it to make it. So I've never worked with I've never worked with any company really, and now we got dozens, and this is just a lot. I'm excited, but I'm afraid. I don't even know how I want everything set up to look and work is actually going to work. We only have one chance to test it before E3. One chance to test that everything actually works as intended before E3. One shot. And if we can't fix any issues during that one shot, it really kind of ruins half the show. So yeah, I'm to say I'm a little nervous is an understatement. Anyways. So yeah, thank you guys for trying to pick me up. I know, I'm just letting you know my honest feelings on this. I'm super stoked for what's going to happen at E3. I'm also, I'm nervous. I'm very nervous. Brian C knows. Brian C knows what's up. He's been at my channel a long time. Thank you, Brian C, for the $2. He says, just be yourself during E3. You are crushing it. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I have some longtime viewers that think I'm going to do fine, but they're also kind of like, hey, they know this is unlike anything I've ever done. What I'm doing right now on YouTube is unlike this stream setup. This is like unlike anything I've ever done until this month. Like all my longtime viewers, they see my channel improving, getting better, doing different things, bigger things. All of this is all experimental. I have no clue what I'm doing. Did I even know this lav mic was going to work well enough? I had no idea. I just foolishly spent money without actually knowing if it was going to work. And I got lucky. It works and it sounds great. I got lucky. So I feel like things are coming together. The more things come together, the more nervous I get. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I know what the show is supposed to look like, and it's going to be frustrating if things don't go according to plan. But anyways, I got some exciting stuff planned. Hopefully it all comes to fruition, and we have an amazing E3. You fall into a rhythm in no time. I mean, here's the thing. I keep telling myself, look at these live streams, right? Look at these daily live streams I started doing a few weeks ago. At least Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I mean, I had no idea what I was going to do. I didn't want to keep moving the camera back behind there and doing this weird angle I was doing with the Poe sisters on the wall that I'm giving away. I didn't like that. I felt like it's just kind of the average streamer layout, and I just didn't want to do that, right? I wanted to find a way to use this set in a live stream. But also, my problem with using this set in a live stream is it looks like my standard episode show, like my normal show. Here's what's funny. So I do videos, right, about news, individual news items, all that jazz. Sometimes I combine a couple into one video. It's funny. People are calling it a show. I don't know that I've ever considered my normal videos to be a show. But you know why people call it a show? I started realizing and looking at other channels that have one person sit down and put on a show and talk about news, that it is kind of a show. There's a practical set. There's stuff in the background that complements what's happening. It looks good on camera. Like, it is a show. I don't know what it's called. It's just a show. And somehow my videos have evolved into this naturally. It's crazy thinking about, you go look at videos from 2 years ago, a year ago on my channel, 2 years ago, 4 years ago on my channel, and then you look at now, you don't even recognize me. It is so drastically different what's happening at my channel right now. So it's amazing to me to see how this evolved, and now it's become second nature. I don't even guess what's going to happen on my streams anymore. I know the topics. I'm confident about it. I'm confident in using my stream deck. I'm confident in the presentation style. I'm confident in like everything I'm doing when it comes to these live streams. And then my normal videos, literally everything's already set up now. I don't have to move equipment very often. I don't really have to change much. I gotta remember to turn my studio light on sometimes. I sometimes forget to do that. But yeah, like I'm confident now in my videos. I don't print off things anymore and worry about gathering information. I can make Google Docs that work between both computers. I can look up certain stuff on here and have this right here, and it doesn't look weird for me to look at this to look for information, because obviously the laptop's here. Why would it be here on camera if you're not going to actually use it for referencing information? It doesn't look weird to do that. In an ideal world, I'd have it memorized, no laptop here, and I would just, do it. But, sometimes you want exact quotes, and you're not going to always memorize exact quotes on the fly. So there's just a lot of stuff that's evolved with how I cover content. And last week was nerve-wracking for me for our podcast. It was the first ever podcast using what is going to become our E3 set. And I was nervous as hell that it wasn't going to work. And then it did. And now it's going to look even better this week. It's going to look even better the following week. And it's going to keep evolving and getting better all the way up to E3, where the final E3 product should be perfection for my vision for what I want everything to be and look like. So it's quite a ride. It's quite a ride. So I should be confident because everything else seems to be going right. So, but also, it could have went very wrong as well. As an example, I was nervous about the Into the AM promotion. You guys remember I did 2 videos and like a live stream featuring Into the AM product, which I'm wearing right now, and you can get 10% off right now at Into the AM/Nintendo Prime 10. Yeah, I'll still mention it because the code's still active. They're not sponsoring us anymore, but enough people went to Into the AM and bought some of these amazing shirts because they legitimately are amazing shirts from my promo link code that now they want to work with me again next month. And I've never had a sponsor re-up with me after because they weren't happy with the results. And I feel like I did a really crappy job showcasing their product. But it didn't matter because people believed me when I said I actually legitimately like these products. Literally, they're not a sponsor anymore, and I'm still wearing their shirts like almost every single day. Like, I just really like them. So that makes me a really good person to be sponsoring, someone who actually likes your products. And I ordered some more for myself using my own promo link. So like, it's kind of cool that like things that I even don't think are going to work out more than once are working out, You get a super chat? Hey. Thank you, Saker610, for the $2. Thank you so much, Taker. Says, if I don't win, can I sue for hurt feelings? No. Also, I mean, you could try. Good luck. Taker610, I know you did a $2 donation earlier. I know I didn't really address it. It's really hard for me. Again, I appreciate the donations. At the moment, I don't have a setup where I can read them very well. I will double check if Streamlabs over here will show it. Sometimes Streamlabs will show the $2 the donations online. Sometimes they won't show them right. I'm going to log in here and just see if I get lucky, and I'll be able to read off that donation link. Because I need a way to read off the people who donate through the donation link in case it happens during E3. Yeah, here we go. It is showing up. So this was like 26 minutes ago, but he said, if I don't win something, can I sue for hurt feelings? So you repeated that. And then you also said, also Andres, I assume you're talking about Andres Restart, has an E3 2019 reaction video he seems kind of embarrassed about, but I credit it to just plain passion for Zelda, nothing to be embarrassed about. I can't wait to see Breath of the Wild 2. Yeah, I've seen his reaction video. I don't know why he's embarrassed about it. Maybe he looks back at it and goes, man, that was kind of an immature reaction. Hey, so was mine. It's okay for us to act like little kids sometimes, and be that excited. I remember a trailer for a boy and his dog in the first year of Switch. It looked great. Found its Seasons of Heaven. Samus Hunter, know its whereabouts. Oh, yeah. I don't know whatever happened to Seasons of Heaven. That was like a showcase game in the early days before Switch came out, and then like it just vanished. Weird, right? Even professional shows have devices to get quotes and info from. Yeah, it's normal, especially when you're live. Obviously, when you're live, you got to have something in front of you. But even like news shows. Now, professional news shows, what they'll have is teleprompters or like computers that are situated down in the desk, and they have a team of researchers at the time feeding them information so they don't have to do it, right? Like when you're on ESPN talk shows, you'll have some paper in front of you with some info that you'll glance at, but then you'll also have like people in your headset, earpiece telling you stuff. So like, obviously I don't have a whole team working for me, so I do the best I can with what I got, and I think it looks good. I think I'm doing a good job. But, I'm not going to lie. E3, I'm very nervous. Very nervous. So if I seem a bit on edge when people might insult the giveaway item when I normally might not be as on edge, that's just, it's a lot of work. I'm a little stressed about it, a little bit. But I'm excited at the same time. You guys know what it's like to be excited and stressed at the same time for the same thing? You guys ever had that happen? Like in sports, it happens all the time, right? You can be excited for a playoff game, but also stressed about it because you're nervous about if it goes wrong. If you lose, if you get hurt. But also, man, isn't it exciting to be in that environment and play the game? Let me see here. Are you giving away any Pokemon related stuff? At the moment, I do not have anything Pokemon specific. I do want to get at least one item, physical or digital, involved, but I don't currently. There was something I was looking at, and if you have any Pokemon items you think would be really great for the giveaway, let me know, and I can definitely look into it and see if I can squeeze it in the remaining budget. I still have a little bit of money left that I've put towards E3 to get giveaway items that I've been just kind of sitting on, waiting to see what specific items I want to use it for. So yeah, if you know of anything specifically that you're looking forward to, or any Pokemon items that you think would be really cool to give away, great. I'm going to try to avoid Pokemon cards. A little controversy around the TCG right now. But anything else, that you could think of, I'm willing to consider it. Do you have a side job, or do you just stream it to YouTube? I have another job. I'm also a full-time college student. I don't know if you guys know that. I don't talk about it as much anymore. So there's times that I cut back work and focus on college. And then what helps with that is I do take out student loans, so that kind of helps with living expenses as well. You're going to speedrun Mario Bros. Wii with your friend. Good luck, Guigi's Laundry. I'm so jealous of you right now, Nate. You're in the opposite boat. The opposite boat of what? What are you jealous of? Don't be jealous of being a dad. Please say that's not what you're jealous of. What's up, Cloudy? Cloudy what? Cloudy Senpai. Oh, we have another one in. Thank you, Young Cavs, for the $5. Shout out to the Young Cavs, by the way. They're a young, well, not really young, I should say young is in the name. They are a small, up-and-coming channel. They've been streaming, I believe, for 6 years between Twitch and YouTube and different stuff. They got a bunch of different shows, and they also do some Let's Plays and all that. Please go check out their channel. I am subscribed to their channel because I really enjoy their content. And I think we're working on something potentially behind the scenes to maybe, I don't know, maybe it was you. Maybe it was a different channel. I think it was you guys. Maybe it wasn't. I think I meant to message you guys. Maybe I didn't. I was hoping to have you guys come on our E3 show during parts of it. And, one, it's a great promotion for you guys. And two, you guys have great things to say. So I think it'll be really entertaining for our users to have you guys on. But I haven't messaged you yet. I meant to. Again, there's so many things going on. I got so many DMs and emails and stuff going on. I kind of forget who I've talked to and who I haven't. But I know there was an intent. So here's my personal invite to you. The Young Cav said, I bet money that we're gonna get Wiimote-style Joy-Cons at E3 this year, along with Wii's greatest hits collections. Remember this comment, LOL, Zach. All right. Locking that comment in. We get Wiimote-style Joy-Cons and Wii greatest hit collection. You guys called it. Or Zach, in particular, from the Young Cavs called it. Got it. Locking it in. Locking it in. We gotta get E3 bingo cards, right? I should find, you know what we could do before E3, guys? I've had this idea for many years and I've just never done it. We could create a way for people to submit their own E3 bingo cards. And anyone who gets bingo wins a prize. Wouldn't that be kind of neat? Like anyone who gets bingo, you'd have to submit them obviously before E3. We'd have to have a cutoff date. But anyone who gets bingo, and they have to be specific things, right? You can't just be like, there will be games. So wouldn't that be kind of cool? That would be something we could do pre-E3. And then we can't really announce winners till E3 is done. But that'd be kind of cool. Let's see here. Pokemon item for the giveaway? Say less. Oh, boy. See, here's the thing. Glass Half Fuel has another package coming to me, and I have no idea what's in any of these packages. Like, he sent me an email showing me this thing here. I had no idea that he meant to send it my way. I thought he was just showing me some cool stuff that he was making, because this isn't on his shop. And yet here it is. There's stuff here that he didn't show me. Like, I have no idea what he has coming my way for the giveaways. It's great. And I can't wait to heavily promote his Etsy shop during E3, because man, this is some stuff. It almost makes me not want to part with any of it because I want it all. But no, it's okay. There's a lot of great stuff here and more stuff coming. So I think one of the things was intended to be for me to use on the set. I'm not sure which thing it was. Maybe it's just user's choice. I choose what I want to use. But anyways, the giveaways are all during E3. You got to be there to enter. Import tax to be too much? Yeah, it can be a lot. Import tax is something. Mad respect for having a job doing YouTube full time. I don't do YouTube full time. Today is like a full time day at YouTube because I had work off today. I do not do YouTube full time. I know it feels like I do, but I don't. But I try. What I'm most proud of is I'm a full time parent. So, gotta remember I'm a parent of 3 kids on top of all this. I'm hoping there will be some high quality Zelda figures as potential giveaways. Not referring to Amiibo. Not saying anything. You gotta leave by. Who had to leave? Who had out? That was a really abrupt. I have to leave by. I glitched. Evie had to leave. We'll see you if you're still here. Have a good night. Will you be giving away Mario Golf during E3, and if so, digitally or physically? Let's just go with yes. But we'll give away at least 1 copy, and I don't know. I'm probably leaning towards digital because if it's digital, I can open up the giveaway worldwide. I know some people prefer physical, but it's still a free copy. And as I found out with Super Mario 3D All-Stars, I did those all digital. Didn't really slow down how many people were entering to win. Because I like to open my giveaways to as many people as I can. So when it comes to a game, if I can buy it digital and everyone in the world can enter, then I'd rather do that than limit it because I can't ship it. Let's see here. What's the latest rumors? You'll have to rewind the stream. I went through a bunch of stuff at the beginning of the stream. Nexer says, thank you, Nate, for answering my questions tonight. You're like my main news info guy. I'm always looking for your videos and news every day. Going to join your team when I get more money. Oh, you're going to become a member of the board of the directors. Cool, man. Can't wait to see you join. Will they announce Steam 2? No idea. You square your sound. Dude, E3 bingo is a common thing. A lot of places do it. They just do it for fun. Luke Skywalker says, I think there is some misinformation around motion controls and accessibility. My brother has a disability and can play only games with motion controls. Yes. So here's the thing. Motion controls, and we saw this all during the Wii era. Motion controls are extremely accessible for certain people that have disabilities, but not everyone. Not everyone can do motion controls. Okay, there are some people with certain disabilities that literally can't do motion controls. It's not really a misconception. It's more, it depends on what the disability is. Okay, when you talk about accessibility is basically all the options. Like when you talk about the Xbox accessibility controller, the reason that controller is so great is because between all the different peripherals, it creates a massively accessible way to play games. And accessible is basically every option under the sun. So when you limit a game to only one way to play it, that means it's not a very accessible game. So yes, motion controls would work for some, but it might not work for others. And then, it's an accessibility feature. Being able to have more options for controls is always considered an accessibility feature. It creates more ability for more people to not only enjoy the game, but play the game in ways that they might only physically be able to. Let's see here. It was us. You did message us. I actually DM'd you on Twitter a little bit ago, but you were already streaming, so I figured you went to see me. Yeah. I swore I did talk to you guys, or at least asked you guys. But yeah, we're still we're finalizing our guest list this week. That's why I have a lot of DMs going out to different people for guests for the show. The times of when we're gonna have the guests on and what days we're gonna have them on aren't final because we have to wait until we get the E3 schedule, and then all of our stuff is scheduled within that, and then that's when we'll start planning when all our guests are going to be coming on and appearing. So yeah, we Game Over Jesse, probably the Young Cavs. I haven't read their DM yet, but I assume they want to be on. We're gonna have Nintendo Academy on. We're going to have HMK. Some others too. I'm still reaching out to some other big and small. So content creators that I'm more focused on, add to the conversation. As an example, I need some Pokemon experts on board. Clearly, I need Pokemon experts. I'm not an expert in Pokemon, so I need to get some Pokemon experts on board to react to some of the Pokemon stuff I think we're going to see. Didn't you do E3 Bingo 1 year? Yeah, a long time ago. With the success of Age of Calamity, do you think we'll get a sequel to it? No. Let's see here. I'm thinking about playing retro games. Should I play it on the original hardware or remaster says ports? That's Cloud Senpai. Play it however you want. There's no right or wrong way. I mean, there's legally a right or wrong way, but however you want to enjoy it doesn't matter to me. When we colonize Mars, will you do an episode from Mars? Only 4-year round trip. Yeah, let me go waste 4 years of my life just to do one show on Mars. Which, by the way, it probably wouldn't be very good because how long it takes for the signal to get here, and how blurry, it wouldn't be a very good live show. I could pre-record a show on Mars. That might be. I'm not wasting 4 years of my life to do that. Very interesting question. Have you used the power of a Fusion Pro controller since making a video on it? I just got one and I'm pretty satisfied so far. I have used it a little bit. I'm trying not to use it too much because we're giving it away. But during E3, for all of our competitions we're doing, I will be using it. One, because it shows off the controller. And two, because it's a nice controller and I want to use it. But yeah, I'm trying not to use it that much because we're giving it away. I don't want to put any grime and wear on it that isn't from the person who wins. See if you can get Sunbro. Who is Sunbro Nation? I think I've heard that one time ever, but I don't know who that is. Sunbro Nation. I'm gonna. Oh yeah, that guy. I've seen this guy before. He's popped up in my suggested before. We'll see. I gotta watch this stuff. So see, the big thing is I'm not trying to be like mean to anyone. I'd love to have everyone on. One, I only have a limited amount of slots for guests. Two, I need to watch the content and make sure they're going to work well with us. Not only work well with us in our schedule and potentially be flexible because E3 requires flexibility. I also need to make sure that their vibe is going to vibe with us, right? It can't be someone that's going to stir up something or get angry and walk out or, not talk and be too nervous to talk. That's a big thing too, is we potentially could have a massive audience for you. We might have 1,000+ people watching live. Who knows? Could be more. And I need people that aren't going to be nervous about the numbers that are there, how fast the chat's rolling, and like afraid to look bad. Because I do know that some people do get really nervous when the crowds get big. I don't think I'm one of those people. I hope I'm not. We had 900+ watch us get an Xbox Series X. So like, watching us live at once. So I don't think I get any more nervous the more people we get. I think I just get more excited. Let's see here. How are you, says Skyle Donaldson. I'm pretty good. I have like 500. 500 what, Brian C? What are you talking about? You have 500 what? What have you thought of Biomutant? I haven't played it, so I don't have any thoughts on it yet. I know it's reviewed just kind of so-so, but I haven't played it yet to give any opinions. If I won anything, can I just let you keep it? Chances are, if someone said you can keep it, I'm just gonna give it away to somebody else. All this stuff back here, none of this is for me. I'm good. Guys, I'm good. I got a PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. I got 2 gaming-capable PCs. I got a giant 49-inch wide monitor that my fiance Yulia, again, shout out to her in the chat. She bought me this giant 49-inch monitor way back last September when we were blowing up over Super Mario 3D All-Stars. She was really proud of me and used some of her money to buy me that monitor because I always wanted like a wide screen curved monitor, and I wasn't looking for a 49-incher, but we couldn't find the exact one that I wanted. And all of a sudden she looked at this at Best Buy and she goes, "You want this one? You can have it." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" And she goes, "Yeah." "But honey, that's $1,000. "Yeah, you deserve it." My jaw just dropped. So, like, I'm not left for wanting here when it comes to gaming accessories and games, and I'm good. I'm good. If I want something, I'll just buy it, you know? Um, oh, let's see here. Is what 5 minutes? I don't understand. Told you 10,000 people will eventually be watching. Yeah, Yulia is convinced that we're gonna have 10,000 plus people live at some point. I think you told me today it won't be for like the entirety of E3, but there's going to be a point during E3 that she seriously thinks we're going to have 10,000 people watching us live, just for like, even if it's just for like a minute. It's going to top 10,000, which to me that's huge. That's like bigger. I mean, that's like crazy numbers. That's something I would think like IGN or something would get, right? So we'll see. We'll see how big see if my nerves hold up when 10,000 plus people are watching. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll be fine. But I'm going to need a hell of a lot more mods. That's for sure. I'm going to need to really get a lot more mods if we have that many people watching. I probably should prepare ahead of time and have like 30 mods at the ready. Have you considered there may be an alternate universe where you are the host of Atari Prime? If not, please plan for this. So I've had people ask me like, why don't you launch some extra channels? Why don't you launch a PlayStation Prime? Why don't you launch a PC Prime? Or a Xbox Prime, which I'd probably put the Xbox and PC stuff together in one channel, or like any sort of other Prime channel. And honestly, it's just time. I don't have time. I just don't. Maybe if a point reaches that this channel is making significant amounts of cash flow and I'm hiring employees, at that point with extra employees, absolutely more content can get made. If I have an editor, right? If I have somebody who's handling getting things edited, uploaded, and I could focus, and I have someone behind the camera, and I could just focus on, changing my outfits and changing the setup a little bit, and then getting ready to do the next video for the next channel. And I just spend, I don't know, 6 hours a day just recording videos while the rest of my staff works on editing those videos and getting them up. Absolutely could I have a whole bunch of YouTube channels, but I mean, that is such a far off pipe dream situation. I mean, I don't even know how many tens of thousands of dollars a month I need to do that to be able to hire staff like that. So, but that would be really neat someday to have like multiple channels and stuff like that. If someone wanted to contribute art or something to the giveaway, would that be an option? Absolutely. See those back there? Those Breath of the Wild and Wind Waker Ganon art, those are art pieces. Absolutely. If you have some custom art that you do, if you are an artist and you would like to take advantage of the E3 platform that we have going on here, and you would like to provide some custom art to give away during E3, and obviously in exchange for mentions and promotions and all that, absolutely. You're more than welcome to contact me behind the scenes. Just email me, nathan@nintendoprime.net. .net, not .com. .net. So nathan@nintendoprime.net. It's in my business email. It's in the about section on YouTube. It's also on my Twitter account if you forget. So if you're an artist that wants to provide some unique art for the giveaway and get some promotion for your shops or wherever else, or if you don't even care about that, you just want to provide some art, that's cool. Go ahead and hit me up. We'll make something happen. We'll make it work for everyone. Let's see here. People like art. If someone wanted to, let's see here. I was typing that I have 500 hours in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Okay, does that make you an expert? Well, you know a lot more than I do. Do you have any hobbies? Next question. Do you plan on inviting Samus Hunter on your streams like E3 predictions? She isn't interested in doing anything but her Twitter stuff. You got to remember, these people that have sources, you can't have their physical appearance, their voice, or their real names ever come out. Otherwise, you can connect the dots to their sources, and their sources get in trouble. So people like Samus Hunter will never be on this kind of show. Unfortunately. Doesn't mean there won't be other, like Jeff Grubb or Nate the Hate, or like, doesn't mean other people won't, but that's because they're like more in the journalism field. So like they're already public figures. But like Samus Hunter is hidden behind a username. She's hidden behind a username. What do you think about Biomutant? I have no idea. I can't give an opinion on a game I haven't played. Talking about mods, who's your favorite mod? Fire Soul? You bastard. Trying to make me... See, I'll say this. Fire Soul is probably our best multiplayer gamer mod. Fire Soul just happens to be really good at like all competitive multiplayer games, I swear. He's just really good at everything. But I don't really have a favorite mod. I could be a mod for E3 and maybe further beyond. You know what, Birdman? Sure. You've been around long enough, and I trust you. I think you gotta get the vibe here. And we're, again, all our mods, I want to make sure you're on Discord, because I am planning our first ever moderator meeting some point here before E3 to talk about expectations and what I want you guys to be doing in terms of moderation during E3. Because obviously it's going to be next to impossible with me putting on the show to actively moderate the chat at all. I won't be able to do anything. I fully suspect the chat to be going super fast, and I'm putting on a show. So I'll be reading and reacting to some things in the chat, but I won't be able to necessarily moderate things like I can in these kind of streams. The chat moves slow enough that I can do that. I don't know how you have the time for what you do. Time management and support of my family. Well, support of Yulia. I gotta be honest, if it wasn't for Yulia, I couldn't do any of this. So. Let's see here. Well, you have a nice panel of reliable sources to help out. I try. Do I eat? Next question. She could borrow your soundboard and become a man. I'll make a man out of you. Have you mosaic over the video? Yeah, just do like one of those like anonymous things. No. We're good. That's just too much work for me even. Have you considered there may be an alternative universe where you become famous eating nothing but prime rib? If not, please plan for this. Jeez, you guys are terrible. Ribs sound like a great restaurant idea. No problem, Birdman. How soon are you hoping to visit Nintendo World? Whenever it opens up in Orlando. So years. I'm not going to go to Japan. So prepare to drop the ban hammer. Is that what I'm hearing? Starts polishing the hammer. Yes. Ban hammer. What would you like to see in a collector's edition of Breath of the Wild 2? I'm just going to say this. I don't really care what's in it. I would just like to be able to pre-order it. I couldn't get the big collector's edition the first time around for Breath of the Wild, and I'm on top of Zelda stuff like nothing, and I couldn't get one. I was stuck with the Master's Edition or whatever. Like, I'm just saying, I don't care what it is. I just want to be able to pre-order the damn thing. And it's so hard. Like, they need, I don't know. The best chance I have for it is to pre-order it in the store. So, we'll see. I'm not going to even speculate on what it could be. I just want to be able to pre-order it. I'm very welcome to be here. I'll do my best. I want to be famous for eating bread rib. What do you think of Pokemon Coliseum HD remaster for Switch? Upgraded graphics, textures, and dialogue, and more quality of life changes. That would be amazing. What would be amazing in my opinion? Yeah, why not? Oh yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be quite a few banhammers during E3. I have a feeling there's gonna be some people who are new to the channel and just not being kind, and maybe even starting up fan wars and stuff. But we'll get it under control. I'll issue some regular updates on what the rules are in the chat and all that, so they know, because I don't expect them to know. And I'll have rules in general for the chat, probably linked in the description of the video as well. So mods. Oh, by the way, mods, there is something I'm gonna have set up for you guys. There's gonna be a bot that you guys will be able to slash command stuff for people in the chat. So if you ban someone and people are kind of confused, you can be like, hey, please check out our rules. It'll be like /rules. That'll link people to where they can go. There'll be things like, /Discord, / Twitter. All these different things that advertise different stuff for people to go join our Discord, go follow on Twitter, go do this, go do that. You guys can let me know in our mod meeting too, other things that you think I need to have / commands for you guys to make it simple. And so that's another thing, is we'll be getting feedback during that meeting to try to get things set up. Because I've had, sometimes I get mod things like that work on the chat, and sometimes I don't. So that's something we could talk about as well. Ones that you guys know work on other channels and stuff. Do I watch anime? One of my favorites. My favorites are FLCL and One Piece. Fooly Cooly and One Piece. Why not go to one in Japan? You can go to Nintendo headquarters more as a vacation. One, just because I'm in Japan doesn't mean I get to go to Nintendo headquarters. You got to be invited to go. Two, I don't really care about going to Japan. It feels weird. I was like, I always have like this, I want to go to Japan. It's the mecca of technology and gaming and history, and I just don't really have that big of interest. Like, I might visit it someday, but it's going to be after I'm retired and I'm no longer doing YouTube stuff. So, Gibbs, thank you for subscribing. Weren't you already subbed? I'm confused, Gibbs. Did it unsubscribe you? YouTube's been doing weird things with subscriptions lately. I was listening to Andre's podcast, and Monster Maze was on and made a great point. The Skyward Sword amiibo is really just cheating, so jumping on the hate bandwagon really isn't necessary. I disagree. There's been other items in Zelda that do what that amiibo does. We factually have had items in Zelda games in the past that do what that item does. I don't consider it cheating. Literally, it's just adding items that other Zelda games have had, except making it behind an amiibo. So I disagree with that. But yeah, it's okay to have that opinion. What is your view on the possible Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask remake HD on Switch? I don't think it's happening, but others think it is. So, oh my god, I'm gonna stop reading Jeff Wookie's comments, all those dang alternate universe things. I think it's time to show off another giveaway item. This one I won't have to shut the lights off for. Classic franchise being represented here again from Glass Cannon Company. This is really cool, and we got 2 of them to give away. Where's the other one? Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Did I not bring... Oh, it might be in the other room. Well, there's 2 of these, so just imagine 2 of them. Do we have any old school NES bike fans in the house? And when I say bike fans... Whoops. That's why. They were both right there. When I say bike fans, I mean Excitebike fans. One of these isn't facing the right way. So this one, this one, this one. So, as you can see, there's 4 boards here. Let's see if you can see that. There's 4 boards. And it's kind of got this effect, like a 3D panel effect, kind of. That's 8-bit Excitebike art. It looks really, really cool. We got 2 of these to give away. Handcrafted, Glass Company. They're pinned in at the top. Excitebike. Aren't these really cool? I mean, look at these. You can kind of get, when I do the different angles, you can kind of see like the whole inside the wood effect, where the multiple layers are put together to create it. It looks so cool in person. I don't even know if camera does it justice. Now during E3, we will have a camera like zoomed in on this stuff, so I can give you guys closer looks during E3. But yeah, this is really cool. So we're giving these away during E3. We got 2 of these to give away. So that's all. I mean, you can see in the back, like there's like different cutouts and like, yeah, it's awesome. This thing is awesome. So yeah, these are really cool. We're giving away these during E3. We'll go ahead and add these back here. These things are just, they're sweet. They're absolutely sweet. So yeah. Camera does it justice. Looks amazing. Yeah. Well, well, this is a really nice camera, by the way. Like, and it doesn't show in 4K to you, but it's a 4K signal to my computer that downsampled the 1080p. So it's going to look nice and crystal clear, but it's good to get zoom in shots as well, to get closer looks at everything. What's up, Raymond Jarmillo? Game Over Jesse knew about the Breath of the Wild 2 trailer weeks before it was announced, so he might already know something. Entirely possible. He claims he knows people at Nintendo. I have no reason to doubt him. I've known Game Over Jesse a long time. I've known him longer than I've been doing YouTube content. So, Josh Coleman says, it is cheating though, using something not in the game for a reason That really isn't quality of life at all. It just seems like cheating. I disagree. Again, I disagree. It's a built-in functionality in the game held behind Amiibo. It's built into the game. The ability to do it is in the code base of the game. So it's built into the game. So it's a feature of the game you have to pay extra for that's technically already there in the code base. You're not buying the Amiibo and the Amiibo just does it on its own. The Amiibo is just activating code that exists in the game. Factually is there. You can data dump and it's there. That code that does it is not on the Amiibo. The Amiibo is just a key to unlock the code. That's why I disagree entirely. It's code that's in your $60 product you cannot access without buying $25 product. And oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, thank you, Venta712, for the $20. Woo, thank you so much for that. It says, knocking off for the night. Love your content. Keep up the peace. Keep it up. Peace is what you said. Thank you so much. That's a big one. That's a big one. We got to get a big one shot at the note for that. Let's see here. What's our $20? I think our $20 is some rum or no, Jaeger. Jaeger. Yep, that's our $20 one's the Jaeger. I had to look at the alcohol content. So we got some Jaeger here. Hell to the yeah. Jaeger. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. You're awesome. I appreciate your support. I really appreciate all you guys. You know, I feel like some people feel like they got to be pressured into becoming members or like doing super chats and donations. Nobody ever has to super chat. Nobody ever has to donate. No one ever has to become a member. None of this is required. I don't ask you guys to do it. I let you guys know what happens if you do it, but you don't have to do it. I always appreciate the support, and the more community support I get, combined with the more views my videos get, combined with how the channel growing, is obviously all things that can lead to this eventually being a career path if I ever get to that point that the channel's big enough to be something that fully supports me doing this for a living moving forward. So yeah, I appreciate all of it, but none of it's required. It would be like a dream of mine to do this like forever, but you know, we have a long ways to go before that's a possibility. Till then, I'm going to kick ass at college and do what I got to do to provide for my family. Thank you guys so much. Cheers. All right. Let's see here. Chanel Deal said, email, great. I got to check my emails quick, actually, anyways. Man, I got a lot of DMs in my Twitter right now. Why are they asking me if, oh my. All right, just getting back to them. They must work in a different country. That could be why. I got it. That's the thing. Some of the stuff people I'm working with and DMing with work in other countries. So it gets a little hard to time zones don't match up, right? It might be both the game, but this just seems like something a hacker would implement just to cheese a dungeon or fight is just cheating. It's really not a quality of life at all. Again, it's not okay, I'll put it this way. Is it cheesing a boss fight to be prepared? Is it cheesing a boss? It's not like you can leave the boss fight, come back to the boss fight, and the boss is at the same health it was when you left. You can't leave in the middle of the fight and come back. The fight will reset. Okay? Like, it's not cheating. All it is it's convenient. Think about it. Using the amiibo to get to the sky anytime you want and then get back to it, creating a warp point, essentially. All it's doing is creating a convenience to stock your items, a convenience to upgrade your equipment, a convenience. That's all it's providing. It doesn't provide you an advantage you don't have without using the amiibo. You can still go back to the sky and still do it all. It's a time saver. It's a time-saving device. Cheating would be something that gives you an advantage you wouldn't have otherwise. You could still do it without the amiibo. It's just more time consuming. It's a time saving measure. Now that's my take. Don't have to agree with me, Josh Coleman. Now, respect your difference of opinion on this. I hope you can respect my difference of opinion. Let's see here. Nintendo has not tweeted yet today. E3 announcement at midnight? No, they're not going to announce in the middle of the night. So I got the Fusion Switch controller, and I was wondering, do they sell different faceplates for it? Not that I'm aware of at the moment, Firesauce. See, I got it back here. We're giving away one. As far as I'm aware, they do not sell faceplates. I could contact them and ask if they plan to sell future ones. It feels like something that there should be future faceplates for, right? And especially since like they're partnered with Nintendo, they should be able to get some Nintendo-themed ones, I would assume. I think they want to wait and see what the initial sales of it are. I feel like over the course of this year, they're going to eventually announce some Nintendo-themed faceplates for it. You know, they'll sell them for like $10 a pop or whatever. You guys remember like when you could swap out faceplates on the new 3DS? I think they're going to offer that eventually for the Fusion Pro controller. What's up with Nate? Been chilling in these streams after work every day recently. Nice, man. Nice to see you, Max. Let's see here. I'm sure. Oh, let's see. Gibbs says, I'm sure it will be blocked in boss fights like the Fierce Deity mask was in the over. Maybe. I have no idea. All I know is it's just a convenience thing. It makes things more convenient. For some people, that's a quality of life improvement. Convenience is usually a quality of life improvement for most people. Now, again, here's the thing. This is really, can we get to the crux of the argument why people are upset about the amiibo thing? I don't think it's really what it does. There's all this focus on what the amiibo does. I don't think that's why people are upset. I don't think people are upset that the amiibo does this warping stuff. I don't actually think, like we're having this debate over, people shouldn't be upset. It's like cheating. Oh, fine. Think what you want. That's not why people are upset about it. They're upset because there's no announced changes to the game. This is the only announced actual change that adds something to the game, and it's locked behind an amiibo. It doesn't matter what it is. It's a new thing you can now do in the game you previously couldn't do. It's the only thing we have seen so far that's a change, and it's locked behind a $25 amiibo. That's why people are upset. They're not upset about what it does. They're upset that this is the only new thing, and it's locked behind a $25 amiibo. People want their $60 to be more justified with new content, actual quality of life improvements in the game, none of which have been announced. So I think that's why it's a problem. So we could argue, or we can debate. I shouldn't say argue. We can debate. We're not arguing, right? I don't think Josh Coleman, you think we're arguing. But we can debate back and forth over, is it cheating? Is it not cheating? Should it be left behind? Does it matter? Should we be... Brux of the argument is people don't care about what it does. They care that there isn't changes in the game at the moment that we're aware of. And yet here's a change, and you got to pay extra to use it. That's what people are upset about. If there was a bunch of changes in the game to make it better, and you could argue, okay, well they added in controls, like base controls. You're right. Fans added that in 10 years ago in emulators. That's not new. Fans have been enjoying that for a long time. We want something that fans haven't already done to the game themselves. Right now, 60 FPS, HD, and remapping controls to control sticks and buttons, already been done by fans. It's been done by fans for years. We want to see Nintendo do something that us fans can't do. New content, cutting out things, simplifying dowsing, all these different things that they could do to make the game better or make it more tantalizing at $60. But right now, they haven't announced anything. And then the only new thing that fans couldn't create on their own is locked behind a $25 amiibo. That's why people have a problem. Let's see here. Yeah, no, we're having a respectful combo. You asked when have I ever gone back to the sky to prepare because I was stuck? You don't go back to the sky to prepare because you're stuck. The primary use for me is just the ability to collect different items to upgrade gear. It's just convenient to not have to backtrack to a statue when I'm collecting things in the overworld that I'm just using to upgrade gear. When I'm going to upgrade gear and make potions, it's just a time saver. You save a minute here, save 5 minutes there, save, 2 minutes here, save this, save it. It's not about needing to prepare. And by the way, there's a hero mode in the game that is more difficult that you could argue you do need to prepare for because there aren't replenishment hearts in the pots. Like when you think about, this and that, you've played Skyward Sword, right? You played the hero mode. There's not replenishment items in the dungeons. So you need to prepare. Now you can say, it's not difficult enough. Maybe for you, for others, it might be. Got to consider the wide gamut of skill ranges that play games. Can't just consider, hey, we don't need it, so, why should anyone else need it? Like, that's the thing. Oh, I'm so good at the game, I didn't feel like I need any of this stuff. Yeah, my kids do. My kids struggle with games. They prefer to go and prepare. You're like, oh, I didn't struggle when I was 11. Yeah, you didn't. But not everyone's like us, That's what I've come to realize in raising kids myself. All 3 of my kids have various ranges of skills at video games. Some are really good, some not so much. And surprisingly, sometimes it's the oldest that isn't as good. So, you got to consider a wide range of skill sets when you have a game that's supposed to appeal to everybody. Let me see here. I respectfully disagree. What it does is pretty significant. Fast travel is pretty crucial quality of life feature and adventure. And that's fine. I agree with you, Bolt Strike. We're not disagreeing. Nintendo waited a very long time to release details about the Wolf Link amiibo. There could be more changes to the game announced later on. But again, you're talking about the Wolf Link amiibo, which is, again, content locked behind an amiibo that I didn't think should be locked behind an amiibo. So we're just talking again about more content that we don't want locked behind amiibo. We want content in the actual base game changed. Thank you for subscribing, Jason Land. I'm just saying that if they announce it's the timing, I guess, right? Let's say there are changes in Skyward Sword that are in the base game for $60. We need those changes announced before you announce an amiibo that has changes attached to it. It's the timing. They could have waited until announcing those changes. It's more so just a bad business move. Then again, is it? Skyward Sword's still going to sell and the amiibo sold out. So, maybe Nintendo knew what they were doing. They knew that people would pay $25 extra for that feature. I have no idea. Hey Nate, starting with Skyward Sword, the Zelda team had a new story writer that put emphasis on the timeline idea and writing bled into Breath of the Wild with Fi, etc. And probably more in Breath of the Wild 2. Probably. Later, Brian. Have a good night, man. There is actually one other change in text boxes. It now shows the NPC's name. However, yeah. As you can admit, logic. That's kind of like an insignificant. It's nice, but I didn't even notice it. That's how insignificant that changes. What do you think about Skyward Sword 2D version? Kind of like Zelda 2 with motion controls. I don't know. I don't even know how to react to that. I'd have to see it. I think your opinion is very fair. If you're playing from a casual standpoint, I think it's kind of agitating if you're speedrunning the game. Why is it agitating if you're speedrunning? You're not going to want to warp back to Skyloft all the time anyway, so why is it agitating? You just don't have to use the feature. Speedrunners use glitches and everything else to make the game as fast as possible. I'm just saying that, I don't know how that's really that agitating for speedrunners. You never played Skyward Sword? The only Zelda game I never played? Hey, well, now you get a chance to experience it in HD. By the way, can we say something about Skyward Sword HD? So Nintendo's been releasing more and more screenshots and little footage clips of the game. And I gotta say, the more screenshots they release, the more footage they release, I feel like the better and better the game is looking. Now, look, I realize it's just an up-res in an emulator, right? That's what I assume it is anyways. But man, does Skyward Sword look good in HD compared to the 480p days. It just looks good. It's kind of like how I thought, despite them not doing, I think, more that they should have, I did think that, what was it? Not Mario 64, not Odyssey, the other game in the 3D All-Stars collection that now I'm drawing a blank on it, the GameCube one. Why am I drawing a blank on Mario Sunshine? God dang it. Anyways, yeah, that game. I thought that game put in the HD looked gorgeous for most of the game. There were some parts that were a bit rough, but most of it looked gorgeous. And I feel like that's what's happening with Skyward Sword. It just looks so good in HD compared to the way it used to look. This is what happens when the world of gaming audience has become bigger than it ever has. Literally a feature that is barely going to be used. I don't know that. I think if you have the amiibo, I think there's quite a few people that are going to use this feature. I'd use it. And I played and beat Skyward. I think I have 100% of Skyward Sword, actually, in hero mode. Thank you for subscribing, Ak Altum. Have you heard anything about Bandai Namco's plans for E3? There's a few people on Reddit talking about a possible new Bleach anime fighting game coming next year for Switch. Yeah, I have no idea. I haven't heard anything. I gotta do some more research into some of these other companies. There's so much to do. I can barely keep up with the normal. Whoops, I meant changes to the base game. Also, the amiibo came with the game, so that was cool. Yeah. When the amiibo comes with the game, I mean, that's always a different story, because then they're just packing it in with it. I feel like we just don't know enough. Well, I can agree with that. We definitely don't know enough. E3, baby. E3. Thank you for subscribing, Joseph. Tor, Mina, Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. Thank you so much. Let's go. All right. I think it's time to show off another giveaway item. That's right. We got 2 more. 2 more to show off. 2 more. Let me get this set up for you guys. I want you guys to see this in its best light. Quite literally. So give me a second here. Ugh. Oh, perfect. All right. Ugh. Giving away a 1.7. No, I'm just kidding. I can't give away booze. It's actually against the law to do that unless I have a liquor license, which I do not. I don't even need to turn. Look, I don't even need to turn off the lights for this one. It already looks good as is. Perfect. Look at this bad boy. Another wall hang lamp. This one, the Hylian Shield. I think he sells this for $60 on his shop, the Glass Cannon Company. Looks sick. Absolutely sick. So, yeah. The rum shot is supposed to like hold this up for me, but it's not really working too well because it's meant to be hung and not on like the tip of the shield like that. But yeah, dude, this thing is awesome. And look how big it is. I mean, it's got this little thing back here you could hold on to, but it's just kind of where the light is and for support. But you could be like, yeah. Where's do I have my little sword? Oh, I don't have my little sword within reach. Anyways, yeah, that's one of the items, man, for the giveaway. It's so cool, right? So cool. So that's one of another really sweet item we're giving away during E3, man. It's so awesome. All right. I don't know if there's even room back here for this. Can I find a spot? That is the question. Is there a spot for this? Can I find a spot to display the shield without it falling? Sure. You can kind of see that on camera a little bit. There's so many physical items. I mean, there's stuff that's hidden you can't even see in here. There's so many physical items. As the giveaway pool keeps growing. Thank you, Taker610, for the $2. So he says, "Yo, Nate, what's the durability on that thing?" I mean, come on. You know the Hylian Shield doesn't break, right? Now, in reality, it's made out of wood and it can start on fire, but don't be blocking fire arrows with it, all right? It's just a replica. It's not the real thing. What's up, Gabriel D? No cap. She always hooked me up with the limited edition. Nice. Yeah, that thing is sick. How do we join the giveaways? So again, all the items I show up for these giveaways are during E3. I am just previewing things we are giving away during our E3 show. So yep, like I should probably get this thing set up there too, right? Feel like I need the triforce. Problem is the cord kind of hangs off of this one a little bit more, but well, I can kind of hide it like behind here. There we go. Something like that. Get all this stuff set up for all the giveaways. I gotta be careful. I got all these power cords. I can't lose these power cords because they all come with their own power cord. We have one other item that I have not even looked at with it plugged in yet. So This should be really cool. And it's not a Zelda item, but it is an item that is related to one of the best-selling games on Switch. Could I talk about Sonic, please? What would you like me to talk about with Sonic? I don't know what you would like me to talk about. There was a debate today. Greg Miller put up a poll, like, what's the more iconic franchise or more popular or whatever, Sonic versus Zelda. Very interesting debate. Very interesting debate. Waiting for the day that table takes a tumble. This table? Well, we're going to have things set up differently during E3. Obviously, we're not going to be able to have all these items on here during E3. So we'll be changing things up a little bit. Some things just aren't going to be on display. But here's what basically happens. As we basically the things that we're going to be giving away each day are going to be on this table. So every day of E3, what will be displayed is stuff we're giving away, and then as we give it away, we remove items from the table, right? So it'll be less items on there during E3, but there'll be new items added every day. New items every day added. So it's a Deco shield in this, guys. Any news with the Sonic thing? It's not tomorrow. It's in 2 days. 2 days. It's on Thursday. My guess on the 30th anniversary plans. New games, a collection, and we're going to see the trailer for the new Sonic movie. Lost World getting ported. That would be nice. That's my favorite Sonic game. And Nintendo will ever try VR. Where is... They've already done it. Yes. Not only did they do the, whatchamacallit, the Virtual Boy, Labo VR, available to buy right now. They've already done VR. What? If you mean, are they going to join, like, Oculus and... No. But are they going to release their own headset? They did, technically. Labo VR. Is the giveaway a worldwide giveaway? Some of the physical items are worldwide. Some of them are not. It's because of shipping costs. But we also, guys, this is just like part of the giveaway. We have hundreds of game codes, eShop gift cards, and other such digital items to give away. So, like, this is some of the giveaway. We have an entire another part of the giveaway that obviously can't be shown in physical form, right? All right, I'm just going to show off this last item here so then I don't got to worry about it, and I don't want to kick it. Keep worrying I'm going to kick this dang thing. See if it even shows up well on camera. Hopefully it does. So, I might actually show better if I unplug it. Doesn't really make that big a difference. So, this is Animal Crossing. So, there's another of those wall hang lamps. What's cool is the clock itself. I don't know how well this shows. It's an actual clock. This is a working clock. A working clock. So this clock hand up here on the logo works. It runs on a single AA battery. There's a thing back here to set the time. So it's actually running right now. It just does minutes and hours. I don't know if the time is set correctly on here. What is this? 6, 7, 8, 9. No, it's not. The time is definitely not right. But yeah, this is a working clock. Light up Animal Crossing. Obviously, it lights up yellow. Really, really, really cool. Will look even better on the wall because when it's on the wall, the light disperses a bit better. Because if you see back here, it's kind of an open back kind of situation. So when it's up against the wall, the light spreads a bit better. But yeah, dude, welcome to Animal Crossing. This thing is so badass. A working clock. This is awesome, man. This is so cool. So yeah, wide range of stuff we're getting. I know we have a lot of Zelda stuff. That's just because I'm a big Zelda guy. But we got lots of Mario Kart stuff. We got Excitebike up in here, except this thing is not facing the right direction. That is not the right direction of the triforce. That's the right direction of the triforce. And I don't even know where to put this back here, so I'm not even going to bother to try right now. It's just going to fall. So you know what? We'll just leave it here. Whoa! As I drop it and break it. Nah, it's all good. It's not broken. I'm just trying to hide this cord a little bit. Yeah, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. Like that. Good to go. So we'll just set this casually off to the side like that. Look at that. Look at that. I think it's badass. So again, that's one of our giveaways during E3. Told you guys. Like, so you guys, I want some feedback right now. Viewership's going down. We're getting later in the night. It is what it is. I want some feedback right now. What do you guys think about all the stuff that we have planned for the giveaway so far that I've announced? I've been working really hard behind the scenes to make this all happen, investing my own money, working with various companies, all this great stuff. Switch, we got a Switch Lite we're giving away. That's one of our big ticket items. I'm very curious what you guys think about all this stuff. Because, I made a big promise, guys. $3,500 worth of stuff we're giving away. I made a huge promise to try to make this one of the best shows during E3. And we're gonna do some feedback. I think I'm planning something after we're done with E3, where I'm gonna have a place where you guys can go submit feedback, so we can improve the show next time, or improve if we do future live shows for other events. Nintendo Directs is an example. If we do a live show for a future Nintendo Direct, I would need to know feedback and all that to make things better. So we'll have a form you guys can fill out and questions you can answer, and then and then an entire section where you can write in feedback as well. But I'm trying to do something different, right? The whole idea with this started with everyone live reacts. I remember I sat down when they announced that E3 is going to be digital, and Nintendo and Microsoft were going to be part of it. That I sat there and I'm like, I don't want to do what everyone, just like my videos and my live streams, I don't want to do what everyone else is doing. Everyone's going to be on their webcams, live reacting to a microphone, to what's going on. And then everyone's going to make news videos. Everyone's going to, have their reaction videos. And we're going to do that. We're not going to not watch E3 and ignore it happening. We're going to do that. But how can we do that in a unique way, in a unique format? How can we do it in a way that just works? And this is how. We have our own show, along with E3, along with giveaways, along with competitions. You guys haven't seen the competition part happen yet. It's going to be awesome. So, I don't know. It's, we're just trying, to do it different here. And I hope that everyone agrees by the end of E3 that bare minimum, regardless of what's announced at E3, that you had a good time at Nintendo Prime, and that we put on a show unlike any other show for E3. We want to be one of the most unique shows for E3 there is. So hopefully you guys agree that when it's all said and done. Setups like the old G4 days. Nate Nook. This is probably the best possible outcome with this giveaway thing. Getting so many companies involved and putting your own money into it is fun and engaging way to stream E3. Exactly. I think it's fun. There's just, man. Guys, this is 2 months of planning. And it's finally coming to fruition in a couple weeks, guys. We're 2.5 weeks away. 2+ weeks of planning for all this. Or not 2+ months of planning. Oh, the journey's coming down. The final bit of equipment comes in this week. I think. There might be some new camera equipment. I'm not even going to get into that. Having some issues with something behind the scenes. But hopefully it's sorted out in 2.5 weeks. We don't have much time left to get camera equipment sorted out. Where can you get the Animal Crossing wall clock? I can't find it. See, that's what's so great about this guy. He sent me items he's not even selling. I'm assuming he's going to eventually offer these on his thing. For right now, what's happening is he's experimenting with different types of items. And I think he wants to see how people react to it at E3. If people go nuts for this Animal Crossing thing, he's obviously going to put it on his shop, right? People go nuts for this Breath of the Wild. This is a brand new item he just created exclusively for our giveaway. He's probably going to add it to his shop then, right? He's, I think he's trying to gauge interest in the different products, and then go from there. Which is, it's fine. He's getting feedback as well from a giveaway, Thank you, you're again, for the $5. Appreciate all. Thanks, guys. As I said, I'm trying. I'm trying over here. Not perfect, but I'm trying. E3 is near all of us. I know a few people who would love to get it. East Turtle. Yeah, man. Nate Nook. You guys are awesome tonight. I really appreciate you guys so much. Cheers. Also, I see it right. We have 170 likes on the stream. That's badass. That's badass. Appreciate all you're welcome. Yeah, no problem. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. All right. Caught up with the chat a bit. I think there was some other news that I potentially wanted to talk about. Let me just refresh. Oh yeah. This thing. Oh, it's not YouTube. Dang it. So I'm gonna do a separate video on this. So I'm gonna kind of paraphrase here. But this guy named Giles Goddard did an AMA on Reddit. Giles Goddard used to work at Nintendo. He was I think he was the first Western person to be hired by Nintendo of Japan as a developer. So he lives in Japan. He worked on 1080 snowboarding. If you really want to know something that he's really should be known and famous for, you guys remember Mario 64 and how you could like grab the face and stretch it all over on the menu? He did that. He created that. He worked closely with Shigeru Miyamoto on that. So he was deep in Nintendo's development cycle on several games back in that early mid 90s to early 2000s. And he was asked about if Nintendo after Iwata's passing has changed. Now he doesn't work at Nintendo anymore. He runs his own company. And he responded with something that got people a little bit worried about Nintendo. I'm paraphrasing, but it was something along the lines of, absolutely, the passing of Iwata fundamentally changed Nintendo. Nintendo is now ran by their shareholders and cares more about the business side of things than the spirit that Iwata presented. Now, the thing is, I think we all know that, right? Iwata is was a gamer, a game developer, all that stuff, right? We remember the famous quote that he put out there. So, Iwata was obviously keen on everything, and right now, Shintaro Furukawa is a businessman. He's a businessman through and through. And the interesting thing is that some of the spirit of Nintendo being gone, because it's now ran by the shareholders and obviously Shintaro Furukawa. And I was thinking about it because it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it also can be a bad. Would we happen under something like Shintaro Furukawa? Would that be something that Nintendo would do under his guidance? I don't know. Would a DS happen under his guidance? Something risky like that? I don't know. I think Nintendo's going to be more risk adverse when it comes to hardware moving forward. I think that's maybe what he means, is Nintendo's just going to be less risk adverse and more money focused, which I think, Nintendo's been money focused for a while. I think they were money focused even under Iwata. But they were still willing to take risks despite that money focus. So I feel like, it could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. I think we need to let it play out. Right now, obviously, Switch is doing fine. And we'll have to see what Switch is doing better than fine. So we'll have to see what happens with the future of Nintendo after Switch. Because remember, Switch was technically a system conceptualized by Mr. Iwata. So we need to see what does Furukawa come up with. Or does he continue the Switch for another generation with a Switch 2 or something? Which I hope they do. I hope they don't abandon this concept anytime soon. I want to see them fly with this thing for 20 years and give us the next generation one. But we'll see what happens. I think this is awesome, giving back to the community. I want the clock, and I'm looking forward to watching E3 with you and everyone else. Nice. Also, it doesn't matter what the guy earlier said. It's for your viewers, and we're here to support. Yeah, that guy earlier too. Not to I don't want people piling on the guy. I think he's a kid. Okay. I say this not to insult the person, but there's someone. I'm pretty sure he's the same person that's been DMing me a ton behind the scenes, like every day. He sends like a half dozen DMs. And they're all very poorly worded. And it kind of sounds like a kid talking to me. And so I don't respond. And I'm not doing it to be mean. It's that I'm in my mid 30s and there's something about it that feels inappropriate to respond to. You know, like the way that person comes across in the DMs, it's kind of like it's a kid. I shouldn't really like say anything. And so like I felt bad for a moment when I said that on stream, and I think that's why he immediately ran away. He wasn't banned. He immediately ran away, and I think it's because you know, I was talking in a very adult-like way to someone who is likely a child. And that's the one thing I got to be careful about, is I know that there are children that watch my channel. Not many, not as many as you think. Only 5% of my audience is under the age of 18, according to YouTube. Only 5%. Majority of my audience, 95%, is over 18. But I have to be well aware that there's still going to be some young kids watching. Honestly, I'd rather scare the young kids away. If I'm like, if you're like an 8-year-old watching my channel, I'd rather scare you away. I'm drinking. This channel's not made for kids. Please go away. I don't want you to like be negatively influenced at a young age when I'm doing things that I didn't do at your age. I didn't drink at your age. I didn't drink till I was 21. I waited until it was legal. And thank you, Daryl A, for the $5. Thank you so much, Daryl A. He says, imagine if Breath of the Wild 2 brought back the hook shot. As you progress through the game, it shoots further and further until it can reach distant mountaintops. Yeah, they apparently experimented with it while developing Breath of the Wild, so I wouldn't be shocked to see that be an item that comes back. You dig the feisty Nate? Yeah, well, I mean, here's the thing. I wasn't going to originally say anything, but then the guy was just consistently insulting the item and insulting the people providing that item to us to give away. The Glass Cannon Company provided all of these items for free. Like, and there's a whole nother box of this stuff coming. This is hundreds of dollars in items provided for free. You know how appreciative I am of someone this talented to make this kind of stuff. Some of this exclusive items he doesn't even sell. Exclusively for us to give away during E3. Do you understand how appreciative I am of that? So when someone comes in the chat and starts attacking them, that just, I don't care if they're a kid. It's gonna piss me off. Because I'm so appreciative that this company is working directly with us to provide such amazing items, you know? So, honestly, I'd rather scare away kids like that don't have respect. So I feel like it wasn't respecting the company and wasn't respecting what we're doing here. So, part of me I felt bad, then part of me's like, eh. I mean, you probably shouldn't watch my content, to be honest. If you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen, right? Isn't that what they say? You can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. What's your favorite Ganondorf design? Oh, that was a mistyping. Okay, Giacchino, Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, or Hyrule Warriors? I think there's something about the Ocarina of Time design that always just sticks with you, right? It's like the classic design. So something about that design is always going to stick with me. I think I like Wind Waker's the best. But something about the classic Ocarina of Time design just sticks with me. Or is it Ocarina? God, someone corrected me earlier on how you're supposed to say it. But scare the entitlement out of Little Book. Yeah, it is what it is, you know? And I think there's like a sense of value. Like, I think they freaked out because I said, oh, it's probably worth like $130 or whatever. And it's like, what? No. I'm like, it's handcrafted, right? One, handcrafted items are invaluable because you're paying for someone's time. I think that's one thing that needs to be understood when you're talking about the value of items. One, valuable items are in the eye of the beholder and who's willing to buy it. But when it comes to handcrafted items like this was made by hand, guys. By hand. So when a handcrafted item is made, the value is the person's time. It's not necessarily the materials, it's the time it takes to make something like that, you know? How do I plan to get more mods for E3? In general, I'll know who to mod and who not to mod. Unfortunately, if you're new to my channel, you're not going to be a mod. I don't know you. You haven't been around long enough. You don't know how I do things. You don't know my general expectations during my streams. It's going to be people who have been around for years, which is why Birdman, he's been around long enough, right? And I've seen his behavior long enough to know he's not going to break the rules as a mod himself, and he's not going to overstep his bounds as a mod. It's one of those having to be around for a while and having a fundamental understanding of the streams I've been running for years, and how I want things ran. And because I don't want people coming in that get too ban happy, don't give out proper warnings or timeouts. I don't want people who don't do anything and don't do enough. You got to find that balance. So one of those situations where I just need to it's people that I just know that have been around in the community for a long time. It doesn't matter if you're a paid member or not. That's irrelevant to whether I choose you or not. It's just going to be people that and the mods could recommend people too, as Firesoul mentioned. Like, he's a mod. Like, they'll know too. The people that are strong in the community, that would be good additions. Because I mean, the mods, mods is a thankless duty. It's volunteer work, right? They're not paid. They're volunteering to try to keep the chat in control, whether it's on Discord or whether it's on YouTube. They're completely 100% volunteers. So I try to be really respectful about all that too as well, because they're doing this for free. They're making my chats better for free, especially during massive events when I can't do it. During stuff like this, I can handle a lot of things, but during big events, I can't. So that's more so when I need mods. Or if the channel keeps growing, and we were at 200 plus concurrent viewers for a while, we've been over 150 this whole time. What happens if a year from now our average viewership's 500 plus, 600 plus per stream? At that point I need mods to be active too. So, struggling like everyone else might be in the world to get get in anything special. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get as many winners as I can. But I mean, I don't know. We'll go over all this stuff later. I've gone over how to enter and how it's going to be. The AC sign is sexy. Yep. It's one of the things we're giving away. It lights up. The clock works. It's handcrafted. That's one of our giveaways for E3. All this stuff Nintendo Talk back here is giveaways for E3. And there's more stuff that's not even on camera right now. I thought you had all the physical items. You have a prediction for Xbox E3? I'm 90% sure they will announce that Xbox Design Lab is coming back, since it's coming back in 2021. Maybe. Oh, if we're correcting you now, it's pronounced E-G-A-O-Numa? Yeah, I'm probably still going to pronounce it wrong. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at this stuff. People always say, you should take time to practice it. And I go, I try not to be snarky about it, right? Because they're not wrong. But also, you should just be happy I made time to make the content. It's such a dick thing to say, because like, I can't expect everyone to know how much I have going on between jobs, kids, college, and YouTube. And then trying to find time to play games as well. Like, people, don't have, I can't expect every person watching to know my life. But it's kind of like when people are like, oh, why don't you work on practicing this and practicing it? And it's just like, just be happy I made the content to make the mistake. But like, it's okay. I want to get better at it, but it's kind of one of those, if it ever gets to a point that I can quit everything else, and this is all I do for eternity, then yeah, of course I'll start working on my pronunciation of specific things that are going to be brought up more often on the channel. At least I say Shigeru Miyamoto right? I hope I say that right. If I don't say that one correctly, then I feel really bad. I've been pronouncing that wrong my whole life. I feel like I'm grasping at straws now, because that one moment where you said it felt so good, but I don't really care. Yup, and fiance. Yulia, throwing your hat out there. Oh, and by the way, there's a fiance he's got to worry about. Da 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 da. Yeah, da da la da 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 la da 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 la da 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 la da da da. Anyways, he doesn't have a girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend. Baby, you're the only one for me. Don't you know? Damn. God damn, you walk in the room and I look at you and I go, whoo, she's fine. Look at that. It's been 10 years and I still want to tap that. No, but like legitimately, love of my life. She's the only person I want to be with. Hopefully getting married next year, right? We were both in agreement, like August 21st next year. We got to get everything starting to get set up, later this year, towards the end of this year. We got to get the date locked in, venues. Well, not the venue have to be locked in yet, but we got to at least lock in, how we're doing it. Are we getting a card? Are we getting a priest? Are we doing this? Are we doing that? Well, anyways. What did you think of that cheesy Legend of Zelda show? Oh, the Legend of Zelda cartoon series? Excuse me, princess. Loved it. Loved every moment of it. It was awesome. I'm sorry. I literally watched a couple episodes the other day just because I love it. I grew up back in that era, so like the cheesy cartoons like that were everywhere, and I love them. I love them. Look at Yulia. You could have a girlfriend you want. I don't want one. Stop it. Stop it. I'm gonna slap you with my dick later. Stop. I might like that. But I mean, I would get a boyfriend. Oh my God, no, no girls allowed. Nope, nope, no girls allowed. No, thank you. No, thank you. Prime YouTube poop material. If you wanted to maximize how many people can win a giveaway, are you going to limit one giveaway? Nope. Okay, so I talked about, so Dragon Chi 26. I talked about this before. There's a couple reasons why I'm not limiting how many giveaways you can win. The chief reason is because I have no way to really police it. I could say you're only allowed to win one item, right? People are going to do alternate YouTube accounts, alternate emails, alternate shipping addresses. They're going to cheat the system anyways, right? It's going to happen. I just know this happens at other people's giveaways. It's going to happen. People are going to cheat the system. So instead of me worrying about policing the system that I can't police, I'm just going to worry about dealing with, you can win as many items as you want. If you're lucky enough to win 2, 3, 4, 5 items, holy Nikes, you are one of the luckiest people I've ever seen in my life. How many of you guys have never won anything in your life? Like, just raise your hand. How many of you had never won a damn thing? So if suddenly you win 2, 3, 4 things, am I going to feel bad that you won 2, 3, 4 things? No. Congratulations for being one of the luckiest people on our live stream, right? Like, if it happens, it happens. I'm not going to bother policing it. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Thank you for subscribing, Jean Canellis. Thank you for that. Are you the only one who still uses a Wii U frequently? Yeah, see, look at all those people raising that. Like, see, you can't say that word, dog. What was it? Whoa, duck slapping, what? That's right. I'm gonna whip it out and go. Behind the scenes. Can't say dick. Oh boy. Honestly, that Switch is really cool, but I really want are those cool Zelda E3 hoodies. Yes. So those are not on camera right now, but here's, oops. Don't worry, nothing important fell. Here's one of them. Look at these bad boys. Brand new. Pretty cool, huh? That's one of them. That's size large. And this one fell off the hook. But this is XL? Double XL? I gotta check the size, but. So that's part of the giveaway as well. Put the hanger over here. Yeah, those things are awesome. If you hadn't scared the 8-year-olds away, then you have now, my guy. I'm sure. I'm waiting for the people who rewatch this stream and go, "What? Nintendo Prime says dumbass. He says dick. He says, I don't know, fuck. Shit, I can't follow that motherfucker anymore. Delete. All right. Peace out." It's not like it's something I commonly say, but I mean, yeah, it's part of my vocabulary. I don't know. Get over it. That's what get over it. That Kokiri, yeah, man. Yeah. Some pretty cool stuff going on here. So, Emerald Gaming, when you say I'm size adult large, I got some bad news for you. These are European sizes. So if you're like an adult large in the US, you want to go a size up. So actually the other one that's like an XL would probably be more your size. Yeah, it's weird. Okay, European size. It's not weird, it's just weird because I live here. That's all. But whatever. Anyways. Mere virgin ears are bleeding. Oh, that's funny. Do you think Dragon Quest 12 is being announced at the Dragon Quest stream? You know what? I'm gonna give you hope. Yes, I haven't heard anything, by the way. I'm just gonna hope. I'm gonna hold out hope that they're doing this big stream because they're gonna have DQ 12. I'm hoping. Thank you for subscribing, Carrie Ackley. How's it going? How do you feel about the current state of retro game prices? I don't collect retro games, so I don't know what the current state is compared to the normal state. That's probably something to talk to like Pat the NES Punk or something like that. That deals with like retro stuff. Swearing is exclusive to the stream, so it really doesn't matter as long as you don't watch these streams. Yeah, but a lot of people watch these streams after the fact. These streams are actually pretty popular. They get as many views as my normal videos. A bunch of larger fellows. Thanks. You're saying I'm big? God damn. I mean, maybe I'm big everywhere. You'll never know. Matt Kaut says, if I win the sweater, it doesn't matter what size it is because my girlfriend will probably steal it anyway. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, they're cool. They're really neat. I wish I had like, 20 of them, right, in different sizes to give away. I always thought that would be cool. But, I don't. They don't make them anymore either. I double-checked. You could sometimes find them online where some places might have some leftover stock, but they stopped making them years ago. So they're really hard to get. And they're expensive, man. They're like $100. But they're so cool. And they are officially licensed. So like they're really awesome. You're big boned. That's good. You get an extra X if you are bigger and living your life. Big in life. I'm bigger than life. I mean, as they say, people know me. Kind of a big deal. Since you phonetically pronounce it Ag no o Numa, I used to think the first name was Agao and the last name was God. Now I'm getting confused. Stop. Victor, I just logged in to watch. Yeah, it's gotta be weird when you haven't been here the whole stream and you're like, what the hell is going on right now? Is this the same guy I just watched talk passionately about all the Zelda and E3 news? What the hell is going on? What am I walking into around here? What is happening? Welcome to live. This isn't even as bad as it used to get. It used to get way worse, but I'm not letting it get as bad as it used to get. I feel like it's detrimental to the growth of my channel if I let it go back to the way it used to be. Are you impatient for Breath of the Wild 2 or not? No. As long as it comes this year. If it's announced for 2022, I'm going to be like, oh, no. But I can wait. I can wait another 6 months. I'm good. I can handle 6 months. Play the song. Oh, my. No. I'll tell you. No. The only way. No, I don't even know if I want to do that. I was going to say the only way I'm going to play the song that people know that we don't really play ever anymore. The HC song, we'll just call it. that needs to be like a $50 dono for me to even consider busting out a song that's going to scare all the children. Legitimately, it's going to take something like that for me to be like, you know what, no, for 50, I guess I don't care. What sucks is too, if someone does 50, I have to do a tequila shot because that puts us over $100 in super chats. So we're going to keep it at 50. So technically affordable for somebody somewhere if they really want to play it, but probably not going to happen. I don't think we've had a super chat $50 in a while, a couple weeks at least. Power Rangers song. This is tempting. Oh God. And bam, someone does it. If multiple people do it, I guess I gotta play it back to back. But are you buying the Skyward Sword amiibo? We're giving away one. Whether or not I'm gonna have one for myself. Yeah, you do get the double whammy. You get the tequila and the sun because it will push us over. That is the double whammy. But I don't know how much better it gets. You think Horizon will have climbing and a paraglider type or pterodactyl you can phone in to glide down high cliffs? I don't know. I haven't played Horizon, so I don't. It's hard for me to talk about a game I haven't played or a franchise I haven't played. I plan to play it soon. What games would you most like a standard one-ish remake of? For me, it's Dark Souls. Nothing. I'd rather have new games. I'd always rather have new games than remakes. Oh, I one more thing when we can have two more things. Oh, Jesus. All right. Time to move on here. Thankfully, we're not going to be getting the $50 one, so we don't gotta. I don't have to worry. I was like sweating a little bit, being like, "Oh my God, is it really gonna happen?" But no, it would have happened by now if it was. Breath of the Wild 3. Do you think it's real? Can we get past Breath of the Wild 2? Let's worry about Breath of the Wild 3 when we beat 2, when we see how it ends, and we see if that makes sense to do another one. Any upcoming project or plans for the channel after E3, even if it's on the back burner? That's a good question. I have a few ideas and concepts for things that are on the back burner at the moment. One of them I don't want to talk about now, because here's the thing. I've had this problem in the past where I've talked about projects and ideas that I start and don't finish. So I kind of don't want to talk about any plans that I have at the moment. Obviously, the normal reporting news stuff is, that stuff's going to continue, right? We're still going to do our news thing every day. The question is, obviously, everything that I've been doing is obviously building up to E3. And when we're done with E3, we still are going to do the news thing, but like, what's it building up to? Well, release of games or whatever. I have ideas, but I don't know if those ideas are going to come to fruition until the channel's bigger and I can afford to spend more time doing those ideas. So I'll just say the ideas I have require a lot more time to do. And right now, I just can't afford to give that kind of time to do it. So I'll just leave it at that. So really, the videos you get every day, the news, obviously I know it's been a lot of rumors and stuff lately, but that's not all we do. I know it feels like it's all we do because there's just so much of it leading up to E3. But when we don't have that stuff going on, we still have videos that come out. So yeah, we'll make it happen. It's just I have some long off content plans that just require a lot more time. Imagine you were talking to a guy from 1,000 years ago. He asked how you all prevent diseases, and he said you just have a guy in a white coat stab you. I mean, they'll say, yeah, we had a guy that wore black with a black little bird mask, put leeches on us and assumed it fixed everything, or cut us and drain our blood and hope it fixed everything. So I mean, they probably wouldn't think it's that crazy. Do you think we're getting Xenoblade 3 or the new Monolith IP this year? We're getting at least one of them, I think. Would you rather see Super Mario Odyssey 2 for E3 or a brand new sandbox? Emerald Gaming says, you said you were giving away a Skyward Sword amiibo. Would it be a pre-order of it? Yep. Basically, here's how it works. Because I can say this now. We're giving away Skyward Sword Joy-Con as well, right? So what happens is, the way that it works, unfortunately, is that the pre-order will be sent to my house. And then from my house, I will send it to you. So I will have your shipping information. I'll have all that ready to go. The moment it arrives at my house, I will immediately ship it out to you. Same thing for the amiibo. It's going to arrive at my house, and then I'll ship it out to you. You said you were giving away... Yeah. So that's how that works. But I have proof and receipts of the pre-orders. So, like, it's not like I'm lying about having pre-orders. I got it. He and I don't play games very much. That's what Yulia said. Someone asked, does Yulia play video games with you? She doesn't play a lot of games in general. We do when we have time. We used to play Animal Crossing together. Animal Crossing, New Horizons. So, like, well, we don't play a ton of games together. I remember in the past we have played some Donkey Kong together before. We beat a game together. Actually, remember which Mario game did we beat? I think it was Super Mario 3D World. Or maybe it was New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. No, I think it was Super Mario 3D World. I'm pretty sure her and I beat that game together back on Wii U. So every now and then, it was easier back then, by the way, for us to play games together because we had, one kid, right? I'm trying to think of how long ago was that. Yeah, there must have only been one kid. So we have more time. When you have more kids, you just don't have the time. So, like, we get time together, but what we do is, like on weekends at night, if we're not going to go out and have some fun on a Saturday night or whatever, we'll be laying in bed together. We'll just Netflix and chill because we just haven't spent time together all week, really, and which is normal when you got jobs and kids and everything. You don't really get that one-on-one time to do that kind of stuff. And then when you finally get it, you're not thinking, hey, let's play games. You're thinking, hey, let's cuddle up and watch a movie and just enjoy each other's company and chit-chat. Because, we don't get to do that as often as we used to do because of kids. But yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll bring my Switch with us on the cruise because we're going on a cruise at the end of July. Maybe I'll bring my Switch with us then, and maybe we'll end up playing a couple games or something on the cruise. Maybe. We're on a cruise, so maybe we won't. But maybe we will. Whatever. I can bring it. It's not going to hurt anything. A cool prize you do for E3 is play any Switch game that you own with a fan. So we have competitions going on during E3 where fans get to play against me and Eric already. Now there's going to be some people that will want to play against us live on stream. Or like play with us, play games with us. We have some Patreon tiers and stuff for that, but yeah. I like your profile. Oh wait, you're talking about Damien, the dog. Can you drop the Switch code? I love to play Smash, especially. What Switch code? What are we talking about? Oh God, that's a game we're gonna play. I'm gonna have to tie a leash to you, aren't I, honey? You're gonna go to jump off the balcony, and I'm gonna be like, leash, heave. Oh, you're gonna test how strong I am. I think he means friend code. I don't hand out my friend code publicly. Sorry. Now, when people play against us for competitions, I will be handing them my friend code behind the scenes, so they can do it. And if they leak my friend code out, well, then I'll just change it. That's what's cool about Switch. You can just change your friend code. Hey, Into the AM. Go check them out. IntoTheAM.com/Nintendo Prime 10. Dude, these shirts are nice. They really are. They really are. And I believe they're buying some more sponsorships next month. They were happy with how ours turned out, so they're going to re-up their sponsorship. I have no idea what that means. They just emailed me and said, yeah, we're going to re-up it. Oh! Oh! That makes sense, Glaff Half You. So when I was struggling standing up the thing, so on this Hylian shield, I was like trying to stand it up, right? And I wanted to show it, but like, so on the back here, there's this stand. I'm gonna take the stand off because I'm gonna need this to display it during E3 anyways. So there's a stand here, okay? And I'll include it for anyone who wants to stand it up. But like, the stand goes, I think, like this. And it requires a love tap. Well, actually, you won't be able to get the stand off after you tap it. See if I can do it without breaking it. Almost. I'm going to break this thing, aren't I? Feel like... All right. Is that in far enough? Maybe that's in far enough. Hey! Oppa! Now it stands on its own. Well, that's good to know. I wish I would have known that earlier. I could have had this set up ahead of time. So then, hey, look, the Hylian shield. Oh, jeez. I wish I... Oh, well, now I know. That's funny. Well, thank you, Glass Half Fuel, for finally emailing me about that and being like, hey, by the way, that thing stands up. Well, you know what? Because it stands up, let's just put it like that, huh? Huh? Now that it's standing, we'll just set it like that. That makes sense. Gosh, that's big brain right there. That's big brain. I asked this a few times, but do you think the E3 app could crash because of high amounts of viewers? I said something will go wrong. I think the E3 app is just... I don't think you're getting anything useful from it anyways. To be completely honest, the E3 app has sucked every E3, so I don't know why it's suddenly going to be better. I feel like it's going to be even worse. What's your least favorite Smash fighter? I don't know. I don't care enough to have a least favorite. I like the fact that Smash is going to be celebrating 35 anniversaries of games. Yeah, it is cool what they're doing with Smash for that. Doggy, what Smash reveal would make you salty? Would make the Smash fandom salty? Fire Emblem characters, baby. Let's get 2 more of them. I want it. It wouldn't even make me salty. It'd make me laugh. I'd probably have it'd be the greatest E3 ever if they just announced 2 more sword fighters from Fire Emblem. Do it. Sakurai, I dare you. Double dog dare you. Announce 2 more sword fighters. You will make my E3. You will make my E3. So many people are going to be mad, and I'm just going to be laughing. This is what happens when I'm not, like, I don't care. So, like, be careful with that shield, please. Don't break it. Yeah, well, he said it requires quite a bit of tapping. Some force. So I did it. It looks like it's pretty easy to take off, though. Hey, dude, I just found your channel recently. Just wanted to say you are now my prime guy for Nintendo news. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. Do you prefer linear collection or 3D Mario? I don't know. No idea. I don't know what I prefer. Just give me stuff. Just give me games. Wait, we don't have to watch through the E3 app? I thought each company will be categorized, but everyone will have to watch through the app. No. Just no. That's not how it works. There's supposed to be like virtual booths. You can't play the games. The whole point of the booth is to demo the games. If you can't play the games, then what the hell's the point of a virtual booth? Oh, look, some cool looking, like, no. It's dumb. It's just dumb. I mean, here's the thing. It might end up being the coolest thing ever, and I'm completely wrong. I've just been going to E3 and using their app for years. It's not good. It's never been good. So I don't know how suddenly I trust it's going to be good. So I just have a severe lack of faith anything major is happening on that app that matters. What Smash character would excite everyone except you? I don't know, Master Chief. Something like that. You know, Kratos from God of War, maybe. Grunty. Olimar. What? Bonk. And the innkeeper is named Yuli. That's right. We got a Yuli in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Yuli. Reminds me of Rufy. Oh! Wait, hey, where's that Bangarang guy? Wish he was at the stream. I love that name, his username. He became a member of the board too. That's great. You're gonna check my E3 stream. It's gonna be epic. Yeah, man. We're gonna have everything right here. You don't even need the app. If there's anything cool on the app, we'll probably show it during the stream. Maybe. I don't really have anything set up to show my phone screen, but Bonk is your favorite video game character. Nice. Nice. How about get some Gex action? Earthworm Jim, maybe? I don't know. Just throwing out some characters. Just kind of casually tossing them out there. You know, whatever. You know, King Anduin from World of Warcraft. Thrall from World of Warcraft. Why not? Why can't we get some PC characters? What's the problem? Nintendo, you gonna act like PC games don't exist? What's wrong with you? Can you read hash the switch kill? I don't even know what that is. All right, reverse now. What character do you want that everybody else wouldn't like? Not including characters you'd like because they'd upset everyone else. Characters I want that would upset other people? I don't know if there's anyone I want that would upset people. At all. Literally, I don't think there's anything I want that would make people mad. Except another Fire Emblem character. Because I want, what's her name? I want my wifey from Fire Emblem 3 Houses in the game. She's not really a sword user. But still, I want her in the game. Can't remember her name. She's one of the teachers. I don't know why I can't remember her name. I haven't played Fire Emblem 3 Houses in a long time. Booger Man. I love a character in Smash that's just Sakurai. It would be, dude. It would be kind of interesting if like say this is it. Let's presume that this is final. The last Smash game Sakurai is ever going to work on. We don't know if that's a fact, but let's say that it is. He's done with Smash, and this is his last game, hence it being called Ultimate. He's done. Okay. It would be kind of fitting that the final character is a playable Sakurai. Right? Wouldn't it be? Wouldn't it be? If, like, the final character was just a playable Sakurai to kind of commemorate, and now he's an official part of Smash Bros. Forever. I think that would be kind of a neat little thing. What about that Smash main? I ain't telling you anything. I'm not giving people advantages against me. Okay? You have enough advantages, like being better at Smash than me. Mumbo jumbo for Smash. I don't want to see Sakurai to work himself to death anymore. He said that about Melee too. Oh, you're talking about? I'm talking the Valve. That was Valve's thing. That Valve is creating a portable handheld video game system that runs with Linux. That's the story. So just go and Google and type like Valve Switch Killer, and you'll find articles on it. I want Sakurai to make a new game. Yeah, I think he wants to do stuff besides Smash too. Where is? So Ewin Racing. So we have a website. I don't know if you guys know about it. It's NintendoPrime.com, right? It's weird, right? My email address is nathan@NintendoPrime.net, but my website's NintendoPrime.com, which I'd never update. I haven't updated it since April 5th of 2021. But they want me to add a banner on the website to Ewin Racing's chairs, which I'll do, but nobody visits the website. I don't know if they know nobody visits the website. Well, whatever. I'll do it. By the way, The secret ingredient, by the way, during E3, we're going to have news headlines coming up in our ticker. The secret ingredient is all the news headlines are just coming from NintendoPrime.com, and we're just going to be posting news to NintendoPrime.com during E3. I don't know if you guys knew that. I don't think I talked about that. But yeah, we're going to be posting news to NintendoPrime.com during E3. So, yeah. Nintendo released their E3 plans. Nope. If Sakurai wants to work himself into the ground, they're supposed to release it sometime this week, apparently. That's what everyone seems to be saying. Without any... That's his prerogative. Well, it doesn't really matter what... Well, no matter what game Sakurai works on, he's going to work himself to the ground. He's a workaholic. Okay? Sakurai is a workaholic. Period. Doesn't matter what he's working on. It's what he does. Man, I just got that question twice. I just got here. No. Supposedly they're announcing them this week. If they were announced, I'd have a separate video on it already. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Alright, getting the Smash Bros. Ultimate music in my head. Man, you guys are pretty awesome tonight, man. 186 likes. Are we gonna get to 200? Could we drop 200 on this stream right now? I believe we can do it. I think it's possible. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is 200 a possibility tonight? Hey, Nintendo Prime! Do you think Nintendo's new console could have backwards compatibility with the Wii and Wii U? Abso-freaking-lutely. No. Actually, no. No. Here's the thing. Nintendo's new system, okay, next gen or otherwise, I think they're sticking with cartridges. So they're not going to have disc players. So they can't be backwards compatible. So there you go. That's my take on that. Thank you for subscribing, Hippie Elf Chick 85. What a name. Thank you so much. I don't do likes. I don't trust YouTube. But you have a YouTube account. All right. Jamanda Bob says, I think you missed the point of what I said. I was saying I'm not a fan of the way that Sakurai publicly glorifies overworking yourself at the expense of your health. Here's what happens. Here's what happened. This happens with athletes all the time as well. Sakurai is asked questions. Sakurai answers questions honestly. And that's why it sounds like he's glorifying it. Sakurai answers questions honestly. How it all came out was him answering questions in an interview. He just answers things honestly. I'm not going to fault the guy for ever being honest. Sakurai is nothing but honest every time you talk to him. And in Japan, it's normal. I don't know if you guys know this. Almost everyone in Japan overworks themselves. Anyone who's successful in Japan massively overworks themselves. It's common. It's part of the culture. It's considered an honor, a great honor, to overwork yourself to become successful. He doesn't view it as like we view it as, oh, it's such a bad precedent. In Japan, it's an honor. It's honorable to do it. So it's a culture thing. So, and I mean, to be honest, anyone who's successful in life, like massively successful, unless they lucked into it by like winning the lottery or something, overwork themselves. Elon Musk didn't get to where he was today without overworking himself. Okay. Right now, look what's happening with my YouTube channel. You think I'm doing this like without overworking? Like, think about it. I told you guys all the stuff going on. Yeah, I'm spread pretty thin. I'm overworking myself. To be successful in life requires that extra little bit, that extra give. It requires that extra. Like, that's just the way it is. You want to be successful in life. It requires more. It requires more and more and more. It just requires more. What would the PS6 do to the next Xbox? I don't know. I mean, the current Xbox is DRM, so. What if a new Mario Kart crossed universes that had their own cups and items? It would be a balanced Nintendo cart because everyone would get the same items in said cup. I mean, people have been wanting a Nintendo cart for a while. I don't know how well a Nintendo cart would sell. I presume it would sell really well. But I don't actually know, you know? I don't actually know. You have to be assessed for the work that people think you're crazy. Cuckoo! Literally, I sing on stream. But then I read the chat and you guys make me beam. And then I wonder what it was like back when I was 18. Cause my memory's fading as I get older. Oh, oh. Like, I'm probably sounding a little crazy on half these streams. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. I mean, that's the thing. Like, it sucks to glorify it, but everyone who achieves greatness did that little extra. They sacrificed physically, mentally, emotionally. They sacrificed to get there. That's just the way it goes. Now, there's supposed to be a point that once you're there, you eventually get to slow down, right? Like, as an example, Bill Gates has slowed down, right? He's retired now. I know he's going through like divorces and all that, but I mean, the point is that like he doesn't really have to do a lot in his business life anymore, right? So it's one of those situations where there is a point where you eventually can retire, and then you get to enjoy the fruits of all that labor you did. But yeah, anyone who achieves greatness, you know, that's just the way it is. It requires sacrifice. It requires extra. It requires you working harder than everybody else. I mean, we always make fun of, oh, but the corporate CEOs and this and that. A lot of those corporate CEOs, by the way, are working 100-hour work weeks. I don't know if you're aware of that. People don't consider that, like, yeah, they make proportionately more money than everybody else. And, you know, there needs to be a bit of a balancing act with that. But they're also working 100-hour plus work weeks all the time. And to get to that position, we're probably already working 100-hour plus work weeks to even get to the position of CEO. Like, I have met certain corporate CEOs, just like Elon Musk, that they're working impossible hours that you couldn't even imagine. They don't even see their families. They sacrifice their family for what they're doing. Like, yeah, they get paid probably a little too much, maybe significantly too much, but everyone thinks the CEO isn't doing anything. There's like this generalized opinion that CEOs just sit there and don't do anything. Like, they're so busy all the time. I don't know that I'd ever want to be a CEO of a major company. It's too much pressure. It's too much work. I know I don't want to do it, but I don't have that little bit extra to do it. So, thank you for subscribing, Waferman 2012. Hey, we're over 200 likes. Thank you guys so much. That's a nice achievement tonight. You think Nintendo's next console could be backwards compatible with the DS and 3DS? No. Sakurai has literally made himself sick and his hands were injured to where he was forced to stop working for a time. All respect and love for the Master Wizard developer. Yes, he has, according to himself, but he also has issues, medical issues that some of the medical issues he has are not related to game development. Game development exasperates the medical conditions more so than caused by the game development. Does that make sense? He's gone in detail about it before, but that's just the way it is. It's honorable, and that's what you do to be successful. He chooses to do it. I don't feel bad for him. We've talked in the past. He needs to take a vacation, but then it's like, but he doesn't want to. He doesn't enjoy that kind of stuff. His enjoyment is his work. that's the way it is for some people. That is fun for them. That's what's cool, that like if YouTube ever becomes this big thing I'm doing, into my 40s and 50s, and I'm doing it full time, making 5, 10, 15, 20 grand a month or whatever the hell I'm making at the time, right? Have employees and staff and everything. What's cool is I enjoy this. It would be sweet to like my passion and my work is the same thing. That would be sweet, Not everyone gets that lucky. Most people, I would say, don't get that lucky. Like, I'm sure Glass Half Fuel, he'd probably love to just make this stuff for a living, right? Like, just make these cool little gamer collector things that you can buy in a shop and be making, $20,000 a month doing it, and just be able to do it forever until he physically can't do it anymore. I'm sure that he would love Glass Cannon come to like that. Cool, it's his passion, and he makes a little coin. But like, it'd be nice to just do it and like not have to work normal jobs. But that's just not the way the world works, Hard work doesn't always pay off, though. Someone here at work gets paid more than I do and relies on my work. And yes, I'm gaining more experience on different departments to move up. Yeah, there are people that take advantage of other people. You're talking about someone who takes advantage of other people. That you'll find that in any workplace. There's always, even on YouTube, there's YouTubers that take advantage of other YouTubers. That's just a common workplace thing. Like in content creation, because that's what I do right here, right? On YouTube here, I content create. You find out quite quickly what YouTubers are using and abusing other YouTubers versus what YouTubers care about other YouTubers. As an example, I don't know, like I don't want to call anyone out, but like when you work in a certain space, you'll quickly find, and thankfully in content creation, I can just not work with those people anymore, not talk about those people anymore. When you're in like, when I worked at McDonald's, there was definitely people taking advantage of the fact that I was a better, faster worker than a lot of other people and taking credit for my work. And they were the manager. And getting told how good a job they did when really I did it without them telling me to do it, because I thought they were being lazy and I didn't want the store to be dirty, or I didn't want this, or I was uncomfortable serving customers certain types of food. I made it better, but the manager got all the credit. And that just happens. It happens in every workplace, I swear. It kind of sucks. People who build themselves up. Here's the thing. The people who build themselves up on other people's successes, they crash hard someday. I have discovered so many instances where anyone whose success is built upon other people, they crash because because eventually a time comes when they got to prove it at some point. And some point in life, they get to a prove it stage. And when it becomes so obvious they don't have it because it was somebody else, happens every time. They eventually, could take years, they eventually lose everything that they have in terms of where the position that they have and the respect that they have. I work in the U.S. Mill in maintenance. My boss is exactly like Sakurai. He hates vacation because his work is his passion. He doesn't rest on weekends, and he's an old man. I mean, yeah, you love what you do. Like if I got to do YouTube forever, I probably would never quit until I die. I would be able to take more, I have a feeling I'd take more vacations eventually, of course. And enjoy, because I do want to travel the world and see some stuff and do some stuff with my fiance. But I mean, I'd still be doing my work while I'm doing it, right? I'd have a mobile equipment kind of thing that would travel with me, and I'd still try to do, my stuff just on the go. Always looking stylish, but not always looking stylish, but I try to be, but I'm definitely not always looking stylish. There's times my hair's a mess and I'm just wearing a t-shirt and it doesn't look good, and I know it. I probably shouldn't put out those videos, but depends. It might have been a rough time with the kids or something, right? And I'm just like, at least I got a video out, right? You shouldn't do that, by the way. When you're making content, you shouldn't put out content you're not proud of. I've been guilty of it. The Wii U dual screens was a missed opportunity to add 3D SDS cartridge slot and give it backwards compatibility. Yeah, I disagree. I disagree. What's up? A scale from 1 to 10. How likely is Breath of the Wild 2 to come this year? I'm going to go with an 8. You know what? Fuck it. 10. 15 out of 10. I believe. I believe. It never hurts to call out Philip music. Oh, God. Let's not go down that route. Thank you for subscribing, Germ. That's an interesting username. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. What are we at for subs right now? Let me look. Let me look at our total subscriber base at the moment. Because I have the numbers that you guys can't see. We are at 68,583. Man, we're only 417 users away from 69,000. Yeah! Woo! Raise the roof. Oh, yeah. So close. We're so close to 69,000. Then we're only 1,000 away from 70, but I mean, what's a bigger deal, 70 or 69? I don't know. You guys let me know. You definitely deserve this as a full-time gig. It's crazy how fast things can change. A year ago, you had 4K subs. Where are you at, Nintendo Talk? I don't even... let me check out your channel. I haven't looked at it in a little bit. I just have so much going on. Nintendo Talk. I know I'm subscribed. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, man. You're at 110,000. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy, dude? It's like you only had 4,000 subs a year ago, and now you're at 110,000. You know, you're getting what? How many views per video on average? Let me see here. 10K 3 days ago, 22K, 21, 15, 10, 8.8, 21, 21, 22. I mean, easily, regularly getting above 10,000 views a video. 20,000 views on several of them, above 30 on some. I mean, you're killing it, man. You're doing so good. Did I talk to you behind the scenes about coming on? I think I did, didn't I? Didn't I message you about coming on during our E3 show? Maybe I didn't. I swore I did. God, I gotta get more organized with who I'm talking to. I gotta start creating a spreadsheet of guests. I don't have a spreadsheet for all my guests for E3, so I really gotta sort that out. So I keep going off the top of my head, and I really shouldn't be doing that. I need to write down all the. Yeah, man, dude. Yeah, it's crazy, man. How far you've come. That's great in a year, just 1 year. Been watching a while. It's been a long journey. You passed up Jesse, I think. Who? Oh, on Nintendo Talk? Nintendo Talk passed up Game Over Jesse, yeah. Oh yeah. So Nintendo Talk, we're talking about so I'm putting on an E3 live show. Are you aware of that? Like a massive live show, 12-hour live streams on the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. I want to see if I can sneak you on as a live guest during the show at some point. Like, come on live. You'd be on this TV back here on our set during the show, chit-chatting about reacting to things, etc. Be especially cool if we want to go with some deep dive into some Animal Crossing content. Because I'm sure we're going to get some Animal Crossing announcements that might be interesting to have someone who's like, big on AC come in and talk about it. Because right now I don't really. But yeah, man, congratulations on your success. That's awesome. That'd be cool. I'll be doing my own thing that day, but I would love to. Well, yeah, all content creators are gonna have their own thing going on, right? It's just I happen to be going for 12 hours, 4 days straight. I think most content creators can probably find, a small bit of time where they're not streaming or not doing something, where they can come on. Like, I'm not talking about having you on for hours at a time, right? 15, 20 minutes. Just pop on quick. Especially if there's some AC stuff. Get you on, have a talk, have a chit chat, and then move on. Because we have a whole show we're doing, so like we're not having our guests on for extremely long periods. There will be certain guests will be on longer than others, but it depends on what they're coming on for. But a lot of our guests are just going to come on for quick 15, 20-minute segments. Everything's scheduled out, so. There better be a good Smash reveal. Yep, hope so. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm actually gonna cut this off before midnight. I'm just a little bit tired. Yeah, I know, dude. I know you're the Animal Crossing guy. I was like, Nintendo, I think that's the Animal Crossing guy. Yeah, so, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be at least some minor announcements of some new gear, maybe some Zelda stuff coming. So I think it'd be really cool just to talk to an AC expert about some of that stuff. That's why I was interested in getting you on, just because I have a feeling we're going to have something for AC there to talk about. I mean, it'd be cool if they announced DLC. I mean, that'd be a little insane. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to everyone who super chatted tonight. Where's my Streamlabs? There it is. So let me go back in time here. So we had Brent Jones with a $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Taker 610 with a $2 donation. We had Retro M with a $5 super chat. James Gordon with a $5 super chat. Brian C with a $2. Taker 610 with a $2 super chat. The Young Cavs with a $5. Ventus 712 with a $20. Taker 610 with a $2. Jurgen with a $5. Daryl A with a $5. Thank you guys so much for all that. A bunch of new subscribers during all that. I think we had a couple or one new member. Yeah, we had one new member. Thank you so much. Who's that new member? Does it say in here? Come on, Streamlabs. Where's my alerts? It does not tell me the new member. Oh, wait. Starlit Lion was the new member. So thank you so much, Starlit Lion, as well. I'm sure you're long gone at this point. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys know more videos tomorrow. And tomorrow is the Nintendo Prime Podcast. Rule of Two review is our special guest. Going to be exciting times. We got some major topics to talk about starting at 8 p.m. Basically a similar time we do our normal streams, except it's podcast time, baby. You get another full look at our a full look at our new and improved E3 set. That's also our podcast set. That's also crazy, amazing, awesome. You guys are going to get a nice full look at that. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. Hope to see all you guys there tomorrow night. Otherwise, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next video tomorrow. Good night, everybody.